Mrs. Carmichael?
Yes, sir?
Why is this vending machine circular on my desk?
Oh, because I thought it would be very nice if we had an apple machine outside for the employees.
No. We already have a cigarette machine, a candy machine, a coffee machine, and a soft drink dispenser. This place is supposed to look like a bank, not a penny arcade.
Yes, sir, but we could put the apple dispenser where the customers can't see it. Look, I've drawn a diagram. See, now, here is the employee's exit, and here's the back entrance and the stairs that lead to the vault. Now, we can put it right there against the back wall.
No, there is enough goofing off around here as it is. This is a place of business. We are here to work, not to eat and drink. So, get to work.
Yes, sir.
And get me a cup of coffee. May I help you?
The teller says I have to have this out-of-state check okayed by one of the bank's officers.
Oh, I see. Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any identification?
Right here.
Oh, a federal officer. Well, the bank is very happy to be of service, sir. There you are.
Say, maybe I can do the bank a service.
Oh?
There's a lot of counterfeit $half going around.
Counterfeit $half? Well, how do we spot them?
They look so much better than the ones we're putting out.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Haven't I met you somewhere before?
Oh, I don't think so, no.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive, because I certainly would have remembered you.
Lane, come in here.
What's up, Chief?
Look what I found.
Rusty Martin.
Yeah, Rusty Martin.
Rusty Martin?
How do you like that? Big Nick gets out of jail tomorrow, and already he's got his girl working in a bank.
She must be setting up another bank job.
Setting up a bank job?
Would you mind telling me what this is all about?
Would you mind telling us what this is all about, Rusty?
I am not Rusty.
What's that, Chief?
A diagram of the back entrance of the bank with an arrow pointing to the stairs that lead directly to the vault.
I just drew that so I could show Mr. Mooney where to put the apple machine.
Come on, Rusty. You can do better than that.
I am not Rusty. I am Lucille Carmichael. Mr. Mooney can tell you all about me.
Well, you better have the right answers, or you can be put away for 10 years.
Tell him who I am, Mr. Mooney.
10 years.
Mr. Mooney, will you please tell them that I'm Lucille Carmichael?
10 lovely years. She's telling the truth. She's Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, you see?
Well, she may be Mrs. Carmichael to you in the daytime, but at night when she works at the Club Domino, her real name is Rusty Martin.
Oh, no, I think you must be mistaken. I've known Mrs. Carmichael for years. I can vouch for her. As a matter of fact, we were neighbors back in Danville.
That's right.
Are you sure this isn't Rusty Martin, a gangster's mall, posing as a secretary?
Rusty Martin? No. Posing as a secretary? Yeah.
Well, I apologize, Mrs.
Carmichael.
Carmichael, yes.
That's quite all right. Anyone can make a mistake, and lots of people look like somebody else. In fact, you know who you look like?
Yeah, I know. They kid me about it all the time down at headquarters.
Well, you sure look exactly like them.
Not exactly. It's just that they're wearing vests again.
Oh.
Sorry about the mistake, Mrs.
Well,
Carmichael.
that's quite all right.
Boy, she sure had me fooled. I could have sworn you were Rusty.
Say, wait a minute. If she fooled us, do you suppose she could fool Big Nick?
What are you getting at, Chief?
When Nick gets out of jail tomorrow, he'll head straight for the club to see Rusty. Now, what if, instead of seeing Rusty, he sees Mrs. Carmichael?
Me?
Be doing us a great favor, Mrs. Carmichael.
Well, how? What do I have to do?
Your job will be to get Big Nick to tell you where he hid the money from the bank job he got sent up for.
How could I do that?
Bug Rusty's dressing room. My men will be armed and ready to crash in as soon as he spills the beans.
Gentlemen, that sounds dangerous.
Yes.
$5,000 reward.
But not too dangerous.
Sure appreciate your cooperation, Mrs. Carmichael. Will you do it?
Well,
$5,000.
Well, you think it over, Mrs. Carmichael. If you change your mind, you can reach me here.
Okay. Rosemarie's Model Agency.
Wrong card.
Lucille Carmichael, after giving the matter some thought, agreed to work with the federal man. That night, the federal officers took Lucille Carmichael to the Domino Club so she could observe and learn to impersonate Rusty Martin.
Oh, I know you're perfectly swell. That my heart belongs to Daddy. 'Cause my daddy, he treats it so well. Yeah. You can't come in. I'm not decent. Okay, you can come in.
Hi, Rusty.
Who are you?
I work for the government.
Oh, you're from Washington, D.C.
That's right.
What's a nice guy like you doing in a place like that?
Suppose you let me ask the questions.
Oh, you want to ask some questions? What question?
About Big Nick.
Big Nick's been in jail for 10 years.
And you never went to see him?
How could I? They took away his visiting privileges for slugging another prisoner.
Oh?
Yeah, the other prisoner called Nick a dirty number.
Nick have a right to you?
Ha! Big Nick, right. He couldn't spell cat if you spotted him to see.
Suppose you know Nick's getting out of jail tomorrow.
Certainly I know. And after he gets out, we're getting married.
Congratulations. And how soon will the nuptials take place?
10 whole years I've been looking forward to being Mrs. Big Nick.
Well, you sure ought to have a lavish honeymoon.
Yeah. Imagine me having my own honeymoon.
You know, Nick never did tell us where he stashed that $100,000.
What $100,000?
You know what $100,000. Isn't it true that you were in San Francisco with Big Nick just before the bank job?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it might incriminate me.
Weren't you with Big Nick right after the bank job?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it might incriminate me.
Okay, Rusty, I was hoping you might cooperate, but I guess you'll talk better down at headquarters.
Ah, come on, relax, handsome. Now, there's no reason why we can't be friends. After all, you're a man and I'm a woman.
What do you mean by that?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it might... How about a drink, handsome?
I happen to be on duty.
Oh. Well, do you mind if I have one?
Go ahead. Oh, that's some Nick's old private stock?
Are you kidding? Big Nick's boys haven't been bootlegging for years. This is a real McCoy. want?
Like I told you, I never drink when I'm on duty.
Well, I could fix your cup of tea. Good manners. After all, I think everyone should try to have a little class.
Rusty, if you care anything at all about class, why don't you stop working in dumps like this and getting mixed up with guys like Big Nick?
Ha! It's very easy for you to look down your nose at people like me. You don't know what kind of background I come from. Our neighborhood was so bad they had to tear it down to put up a slum. You should have seen what a tough gang of kids I went to school with. Our school had more teachers drop out than pupils.
Yeah, it must be quite a challenge trying to overcome an environment like that.
Yeah. But at least I'm always doing something to try to improve myself.
Like what, Rusty?
Like my ain't box.
Your ain't box?
Yeah. I put a quarter in here every time I say ain't. And I've only got 1 quarter in there. I've only said ain't once. And all the time the Big Nick has been in jail. Now, that's pretty good for a girl that didn't even finish grammar school, ain't it? Oh! Dear.
This one's on me, Rusty.
Oh, well, thank you. That was very nice of you. Gee, I guess even a cop has his good side.
Everyone has a good side, Rusty, even Big Nick.
Oh? You talk like you're a friend of his.
If a guy goes straight, I am. Rusty, you can help Nick get a clean start in life.
How?
By helping us find out where he stashed that bank money.
Now, I couldn't do that, even if I knew and I wanted to tell you. Think of what Big Nick could do to me.
I have a way you won't have to tell or double-cross Nick if you'll just let me take you into custody for a couple of days. I think I can get Nick to spill the beans himself if you'll just cooperate.
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
So you and Nick can start your married life clean. The way I see it, Rusty, you got too much class to be buying pablum with stolen money.
Pablum? Okay, I'll do it.
That night, Rusty Martin voluntarily placed herself in protective custody. The following night, Lucille Carmichael appeared at the Domino Club, masquerading as Big Nick's mom.
While tearing off a game of golf, I may make a play for the caddy. But when I do, I won't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. If I invite a boy some night to dine on my fine Finn and Hattie, I just adore his asking for more, but my heart belongs to Daddy. Yeah, my heart belongs to Daddy, so I simply couldn't be back. Yeah, my heart belongs to Daddy. Da 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 da. So I want perfectly swell that my heart belongs to Daddy, 'cause my daddy, he treats me so well. Yeah.
Just great, Mrs. Carmichael. Everybody out there thought you were Rusty Martin.
Oh, thank you. I just hope Big Nick thinks so.
We'll soon find out. I've got a tail on Big Nick, and he's on his way over right now.
Right now? Oh, dear. Oh, that Big Nick looked like a real tough cookie.
Now, you've got nothing to worry about. I've got a tiny transistor microphone hidden inside this tea bag.
This tea bag?
Right in the room, right across the alley. I'll be hearing everything that goes on in this room.
Well, gee, I'm just worried about Big Nick not knowing the difference between me and his own girlfriend.
Don't worry about that. After all, he's been away from his girl for 10 whole years.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Now, just be subtle and try to get Nick to talk about where he hid the money. And remember, The microphone is in the tea bag.
I'd feel a lot better if you were in the tea bag.
Don't worry. As long as I can hear what's going on, you'll be safe.
Hi. Who's there?
Open up, doll. It's Nick.
Just a minute.
Doll. Hey, you open up, doll.
Okay, you can come in.
Hiya, baby. What's the matter, doll? You don't kiss like you used to.
Oh, you've been away so long, Nick. I'm out of practice.
Well, let's do something about that. Let's make up for lost time.
Please, take it easy, Nick.
Ain't you glad to see me?
Sure, but give me a chance to catch my breath.
You know how long it's been since I've been around a doll like you, baby?
Yeah, 10 years.
Ah, you've been counting the days, too.
Yeah. Nick, how about letting me fix you a drink?
Well, yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay. What do you have?
The usual.
The usual?
Yeah, the usual.
Gee, Nick, don't you have any imagination? How can you go on drinking the same thing day in, day out?
What day in, day out? It's been 10 years since I had one.
Oh, well, I know, but you can still get stale drinking the same thing every 10 years.
Will you quit stalling and make me a drink?
Look, Nick, I don't want you to get loaded the first night that we're back together. Look, I got some tea bags here. What say I make us some tea? You sit down.
Doll!
What?
You learned how to cook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, after all, we're planning on getting married.
Yeah. You know what I learned to do since I've been away?
What?
Read.
You're kidding.
No. They let me work with a doctor there. And before I left, I could read the whole eye chart.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, Nick.
Yeah, now I'll be able to help our kids with their homework.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, Nick, now that we're getting married, don't you think that maybe we ought to know how much money we got and how to make out a budget and
Yeah,
everything?
it's gonna be pretty nice starting out with $100 grand.
What did you say, Nick?
Said it's gonna be pretty nice starting out with $100 grand.
Yeah. You know, that sure was smart of you, Nick, the way those cops never found out where the money was hidden.
Yeah. We'll never have to worry about money for the rest of our lives, baby.
Yeah, I still can't get over how you never let the cops know where the money was.
How could I tell them where the money was when I didn't even know myself?
You don't know yourself?
Ah, dumb cops. They keep asking me where the money is, and I don't even know. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
You know, most guys say never trust a dame. But I couldn't have pulled this off if it wasn't for you, doll.
Oh.
Hey, let's make with the tea. 10 years I've been waiting for this moment.
What moment?
This moment. Come on, doll, tell me.
Tell you what.
Where'd you hide the... Yeah, where'd you hide the money?
Oh, Nick, do you have to talk business your first night back?
Why not?
Well, gee, if we're going to be married, what kind of a marriage will it be? If every time you get out of jail, you come home and talk business.
Gee, I didn't mean nothing, doll. And after we're married, I won't come home from jail no more. With $100 grand, I can go straight.
Oh, well, that's nice, Nick. That's very nice.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm just trying to save the tea bag so I can use it again.
Ah, forget it. With $100 grand, we can buy all the tea bags we want.
Oh, Nick! Nick, how long will most money last if you're going to keep throwing away perfectly good tea bags?
Will you stop fooling with that thing and tell me where you hid the money?
Oh, Nick, can't we talk about it while we're having our tea?
Are you holding out on me?
No, Nick.
And where'd you hide the money? Where?
I'm trying to remember.
What kind of stall is this?
It's no stall, Nick. It's no stall. Did you ever put something away that you didn't want to lose, and you put it away so good that when you wanted it, you couldn't find it?
Oh, you better find it. Or maybe you need. Now listen. Right after the bank job, I gave you a list of 5 of my favorite drops. I told you to hide the money in one of those 5 places.
I know, Nick, but that was 10 long years ago.
Which one of those places did you use? Which one?
The usual.
The usual? The usual? Mister, you're a genius.
I am?
Yeah. Why, those dumb cops who never think to look for the money right here under their very noses. Here it is, baby.
Welcome home, Nick.
You!
I'll take that. Nice work, Mrs. Carmichael.
Mrs. Carmichael? Hey, Rusty, you get married?
Rusty's downtown, Nick. This lady works for us. She just helped us set you up.
You mean you ain't Rusty?
No.
Well, no wonder you felt so skinny. What's a big idea?
You know, Nick, being in possession of that stolen money can send you up for one more long stretch.
Oh, give me a break. I did my 10 years. You got your money back. And when I thought she was Rusty, all I did was talk about getting married and going straight. Didn't I, Skinny?
Well, yes, he did seem very sincere. He was really quite touching. I do think that you should give him a break.
I'd like to give you a break, Nick, but you'll never change. I spent my whole career bird dogging you, and the pattern's always the same. A series of crimes followed by a series of arrests, followed by a series of jail sentences, followed by a series of paroles.
Yeah, well, that's why I think you ought to give him a break.
Why?
Because you two spend so much time together in the same series.
Gee, what a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, I'm really touched.
Me too.
So you see, no one is really untouchable. Good morning. Oh, you rearranged the furniture. I think it's a wonderful idea. I never really liked it the way it was. I've always wanted my desk over there, Mr. Mooney.
We are not rearranging furniture.
Oh.
I simply made room for a new computer they're delivering this morning.
You mean we're getting one of those educated thingamajigs?
Well, this thingamajig, as you call it, happens to be a fantastic electronic device. It can solve problems and answer questions within seconds.
Oh, it sounds wonderful, and I got all kinds of questions I want to ask him. Like, should a girl go out with a man the first time he asks her? Or should she...
We are getting a computer, not Dear Abby. That must be the computer.
It knocks on doors?
Mr. Mooney?
No, I'm Mrs. Carmichael. Mr. Mooney's the one with the mustache.
I'm Mr. Vigran. I'm here to install and demonstrate the computer for you.
Oh, fine. Bring it right in. I'm very anxious to see how it works.
Bring
Bring
it
it
right
in,
in.
boy. Here we go.
Oh,
Take
my.
it easy now.
Well, that is kind of large.
Easy does it.
But watch the door. Watch the door. Please don't scratch it.
Easy now, fellas. Watch this.
Gee.
Isn't that... Oh, look at all those dials.
Easy. Now, where do you want her?
Her?
Yeah, you know, like a boat or a car. They're always female.
Oh, gee, it's going to be nice having another girl working in the office.
Mr. Mooney, you better be sure where you want her because she weighs a ton. Once you place her, that's where she's going to have to stay.
Yes. Well, I thought right over here would be a good place.
Mr.
See,
Mooney,
right-
since I'm going to be the one using her, I think it'd be nice if I could have her over here by my desk.
No. I thought this was the spot. That's why I
But
cleared all
Mr.
the...
Mooney, really, it really would be... I know. Let's ask the computer where it should be.
Mrs. Carmichael, don't be silly. The computer doesn't answer questions like that.
Oh.
Oh, on the contrary, that's a very good problem for the computer. Plug it in, will you, Sid?
Okay.
I'll just program that question onto this card here.
What do you mean, you
Right
punch
there.
holes
We
for
just
it?
punch the holes in, and there is your question right there. Now we'll put it in the slot. And there's your answer right there. What does it say?
What?
Right in that slot.
Put me next to the secretary's desk.
We girls gotta stick together. I'll make room for her right over here.
Please, that's too heavy for you. I'll have my boys do that, fellas.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'll get this out of here. Thank you very much.
don't know.
Just move it right way down to that corner there.
Okay. Easy, boys.
Now, I don't think there's room
No,
on
of
that.
course there is, Mr.
Right on that
Mooney.
wall
Right,
would be the
right
best
by that
place,
wall.
Mr. Mooney,
Think
believe
so?
me.
I don't.
All right, fellas.
Well, I
Now,
suppose you know. Be careful.
They're
with
used
that.
to doing this work.
Yes,
They
I
won't
suppose they are.
do any damage. All right.
Watch
there.
That's good. That's fine.
That's
Right there.
All right, now give it a heist over there, and I'll get these dollies out. There's one of them. And now heist on this end. Where we get this down? We'll get it. Okay.
Are you all right, Mr. Mooney?
Do you know what you did? You lifted that all by yourself.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it.
I'm Dr. Simon. Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, Dr. Simon, that thing fell on Mr. Mooney's foot.
And it weighs a ton.
Oh, I see. Just a minute. Let me take a look. Easy. No, easy.
Are there any broken bones?
No. There don't seem to be any broken bones at all. How'd you get it free? Well, Mrs. Carmichael picked the computer up.
Yes, she picked it up.
Yeah, I picked it up.
And I don't know how she did it.
No, I don't know how I did it, but
You really picked that up?
It's
Yeah.
impossible, absolutely incredible, but she did it.
it's incredible, but I did it.
How could she have done it, Doctor?
Yeah, how could I have done it?
Yeah. How could she?
It's a known fact that in times of crisis, the adrenal gland becomes overstimulated and gives a person superhuman strength. And that's undoubtedly what's happened.
Superhuman strength.
I remember reading something about that in the newspaper.
But now that the crisis is over, Mrs. Carmichael couldn't possibly move it again.
Did it again.
And there wasn't even a crisis this time.
No crisis this time.
I don't understand it.
Unless what?
Unless your adrenal gland got stuck.
Stuck?
I never heard of it happening, but medically, there's no reason why the gland couldn't get stuck.
Does it show?
Look, you may be a case for the medical journals.
Really?
Yes, I'll have a consultation with some specialists.
About me?
Yes, I'll get in touch with you later.
Oh.
What about my foot? You'll be all right.
I'm sorry about the accident, Mr. Mooney. All right, clear out, fellas.
Mr. Mooney, are you all right?
Yes. Thanks to your phenomenal feat of strength, You know, I'll never be able to thank you enough for what you did.
Oh, forget it. It was nothing. Just don't mention it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mrs. Carmichael, don't you think you ought to take the rest of the day off? You're too strong to work.
Oh, no, I feel fine. I want to stay here with you. Now, here, let me help you up. So sorry.
Mrs. Carmichael, I just wanted to get up. I didn't want to go into orbit. You sure you don't want to take the rest of the day off?
No, really, Mr. Mooney, I feel fine. I just sit down right over there.
Yes. Oh.
I'm just not used to my new strength yet. I'll do something else. I got an awful lot of things that I have to do, so...
Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes?
Why don't you forget all about typing and stapling and just do a little filing?
Oh, yes, sir. That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gently, Mrs. Carmichael, gently.
Yes, sir. Maybe you're right, Mr. Mooney. I better take the rest of the day off.
Then what they said about you on television is true.
You mean there's something about me on television?
Yeah, they called you Superman, only with prettier muscles.
Yeah, you know, they say that I'm a case for the medical journals.
Really?
Yeah, and some doctors are holding a consultation about me right now.
Oh, but you don't look any different.
No?
No, I mean, what can you do?
What do you mean?
Well, for instance, well, can you lift that desk?
One hand or two?
One. That's just amazing.
Thank you. You want to have lunch with me?
Oh, I'd love it.
I'm having roast beef sandwich. That okay?
Good.
What was that? Oh, I'm afraid to look. Oh, it's been like this all day. Boy, it sure doesn't look like tomato juice.
Lucy. What in the world is that?
Just what I always wanted. Creamed aspara corn pea pine a pear. I'll get the roast beef.
You want me to get some now?
I'm having a terrible time with Doris today. Don't you get the bread and the mustard?
Oh, Lucy.
Oh, dear. What do you want to drink with your sandwich? Cranberry juice, orange juice, milk?
Oh, I'll have some orange juice.
Okay. I think I'll have cranberry juice. From a 3-ounce orange.
In one hand you did that.
Yeah. I'll get you some ice.
Oh, Lucy.
Nothing is safe around me. There you are.
Wow, you can make pebbles out of rocks, Lucy.
Uh-oh, that fly's back. He doesn't live here, but he takes all of his meals here. Go away, will you? 3 times this week he's had lunch with me. Well, that's always blocked my view anyway.
The strongest woman in the world.
I'll drink to that.
No, Lucy, it's just unbelievable the things you can do.
Yeah, well, I can't understand it. I don't know why. I feel just the same, but I just do these things, that's all.
Oh, Lucy, well, be careful.
Believe that. I guess I was a lot stronger than meat is.
Mrs. Carmichael?
Oh, I'm in here.
Oh. Well, I see your adrenal gland is still stuck. Oh, how are you, Miss Lewis?
Mary Jane heard about me on television, and she came over to tell me, and we were just fixing some lunch.
Oh?
Yeah.
What were you fixing? Hand grenades?
You'll never believe how it happened.
Oh, yes, I'd believe it. I'll believe anything after seeing you lift that computer up just like that. Oh, say, by the way, the doctor called me and asked me to take you over to the laboratory for some tests.
Right now?
Yes,
Oh,
right
you
away.
go ahead, Lucy. I'll clean up this mess.
Oh,
You don't
thanks a
want
lot, Mary Jane.
Oh, watch your step
Gee,
on
maybe
you,
they
though.
found out something, huh?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Mrs. Carmichael?
No, I'm Mr. Mooney. Mr. Carmichael is the one without the mustache.
Mrs. Carmichael, I'm George Denton, a reporter on the Daily Gazette.
Oh,
and
how
this
do you
is
do?
Eddie, my photographer.
How do you do,
and
Eddie?
this is Terrible Tony.
Oh, yes, Terrible Tony the wrestler. I recognize you from television. Hi.
Hi, lady.
Hi.
We'd like to get some pictures for the paper. You know, some action shots. That's why we brought Terrible Tony with us. Can we get a shot of you trying a wrestling hold on Tony?
Sure, why not?
Mrs. Carmichael, may I remind you that you work for the bank? Any pictures must be very dignified. No wrestling pictures, please.
Mr. Mooney's right. The dignity of the bank must be upheld.
Well, can we just get one of her shaking hands with Tony?
Oh, well, I think that would be all right, yeah.
Okay, Eddie. Now, shake hands and give us a great big smile.
Okay.
Come on.
Let go of him, you big bully!
Everything okay?
around and cooperate?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
We just have a few more tests to make. Will you check her reflexes, please, Doctor?
Will you cross your leg, please?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask you some questions about childhood diseases.
Well, the only thing I know about them is that children get them.
How about accidents?
I don't like accidents.
What I mean is, did you ever have any?
Oh, nothing serious, just the usual dented fenders.
Mr. Mooney, you know Mrs. Carmichael better than we do, so you have a basis for comparison. Now tell me, are her answers normal?
For her, yes.
How's her blood pressure?
Well, I can't get a reading. It keeps going up and down like a yo-yo. She broke my machine. I'll have to get a reading later when she's more relaxed.
Gee, I'm terribly sorry that I broke your...
Now I know why they name hurricanes after women.
Well, I'll try to warn you if I have to sneeze again.
No, you can't come in. They're testing Mrs. Carmichael, and they don't want to be disturbed.
But I've been waiting for over 2 hours. Mrs. Carmichael, I'm from Full of Pep Vitamins. We'll give you $25,000 to endorse our product.
$25,000?
We'll give you $50,000 to endorse Whammo breakfast cereal.
Oh, well, I don't know what to say.
Well, I do. Why don't you come and talk to me? I'm her financial advisor.
Yes,
you come
he
right over here.
advises me about everything like that.
Miss Carmichael, I can't offer you any money. I'm with the United States Women's Olympic team.
Boy, you must have fun.
Well, what I mean is that I'm one of the coaches, and we saw the demonstration of your marvelous strength on television, and I think you can be the #1 women's shot putter on the American team.
Me, a shot putter? I don't know anything about it.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't know what to do.
It's very simple. You just take this iron ball and throw it as far as you can. Be careful, it's very heavy.
Okay. Just throw it as far as I can.
It went right through the window and through that brick wall.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, I'll make you captain of the shot put team.
Captain?
Yes, ma'am. I'll make you captain of the weightlifting team, captain of the javelin. I'll make you the whole team.
Oh, well, when do we start?
Right away.
That's all right, but we haven't finished our examinations yet. We haven't tested her legs.
Well, now, wait a
Testing my legs.
Oh,
I've got a great idea. Now, to test Mrs. Carmichael's legs, why not have her do a standing broad jump?
Very good idea.
Fine. Will you move that table back, get everything out of the way? Mrs. Carmichael, would you step over here, please? That's right there. And I'll show you how to do the standing broad jump. Now, you put your legs together. Bend your knees.
Put my legs together.
Bend your knees.
To bend my knees.
Put your arms back and go.
Put my feet together. Bend my knees. Put my arms back. And...
That's 20 feet.
I'd have jumped further, but I didn't want to go through the wall.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, you're so wonderful you could be the whole track team. I'll enter you in every event.
Oh, good.
You know, she'd be wonderful on the hurdles.
Yes,
The hurdle?
Great idea.
Would you like to try the hurdles?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, would you line up here? 3 of you, please.
yes, right
away. Make a hurdle right there. And Mrs. Carmichael, you just step back there, and you jump right over the top of it.
Just jump over there.
That's right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right, fellas. Down, boys. And here I go.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, that was wonderful. But you see, there's just one thing wrong.
What?
You don't walk over the top of the hurdles. You go over them without touching anything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Would you like to try again?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it again. Down, boys, down.
You're amazing, Mrs. Carmichael. Can you swim?
Can I swim? Watch this. Down, boys, down. And here I go.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, you're a cinch for the swimming team.
Yeah, and I can win all of your swimming events and not even get my hair wet. Now, look, if you think that was something, watch this. Down, boys. And here I go.
Mrs. Carmichael, you are fantastic. You know I want to make you captain of the men's team. Isn't she great?
Oh, boy, I tell you. I'll move it.
Well, move it. Take your bow later. Oh, gee.
I can't move it.
A crisis brought her strength, and a crisis took it away.
You know, this is very interesting. Come into my office.
Yes.
What about my part? Come over here and lift the thing up like that.
Oh, Miss Carmichael, nice to have met you.
What do you mean by that?
Goodbye.
You mean I'm not going to be captain of the team?
No, ma'am.
What about Waterboy?
No, ma'am.
Sorry, Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, look, I'll endorse your products for nothing. Too bad, Mrs. Carmichael. Oh, darn it.
Good morning.
Sit down, Mr. Burns. Now then, what can I do for you?
I stopped by to pick up my dividend statement.
Ah, yes. Well, my secretary has your file. She'll be right back.
Fine. Do you smoke cigars, Mr. Mooney?
Yes, I do, yes.
May I have one? Thank you. Jack Benny always pulls that on me.
Very fun.
Well, you know how Jack is. Some actors have to be on all the time.
So I've heard. Oh, that could be very annoying.
I could never be like that. I think it's unprofessional. I say once an actor walks off the stage, he should leave his work there and be like everybody else.
Very commendable.
I've learned to relax, like Irving Berlin said in that song many years ago. Lazy, I want to be lazy. I want to just lay in the sun with no work to be done.
Yes, I remember that.
Ooh, under that awning they call the sky.
It was a very
stretching and yawning and let the world go drifting by.
Yes, well,
I want to peep in the deep tangled wildwood, counting sheep while I sleep like a child would. With a great big valise full of books to read while it's peaceful, while I'm killing time, being lazy now, Mr. Mooney.
Maybe I can find your file, Mr. Burns. It should be here under the B's. All right, Martin, Miller, Munson, Murph. Under the B's? Maybe we'd better wait for my secretary. I hope you don't mind waiting.
Think nothing of it. Now that I'm not doing an act anymore, all I've got is time on my hands, you and Will, nothing but love in view. And if I fall, once and for all, I'll see my dreams come true. Moments to spare for someone you care for.
Excuse me, Mr. Burns. Yes. Oh, I was here, ma'am. What? Oh, yeah. But we could.
Time on my hands, you and my. Mr. Mr. Mooney, don't be embarrassed. Nobody ever lets me finish a song.
Would you care for another cigar?
Oh, no. Go right on with your work. I'll just sit here and look at the stock report.
Oh, yes. I envy you, Mr. Burns.
How's that?
Well, being able to retire in the prime of your life, just sit back and to collect dividends.
Well, that might be true about some people, but not about me.
Huh?
It kills me not to be doing an act.
Well, why did you stop working?
Well, I've always liked to work with women. I had a great act going with Carol Channing, and then she left me. She went into Hello, Dolly, and then I did an act with Dorothy Provine, and she went into television, and Connie Stevens went into pictures.
Well, why don't you find some other girl to work with you?
Mr. Mooney, comedians are not that easy to find. Gotta find a girl with a kind of a pixie personality, eccentric, way out, a real kook. A girl like that is very, very hard to find.
Here are the contracts, Mr. Mooney.
Well, it's about time you got here. I've been trying to find Mr. Burns' file.
Oh, George Burns. How do you do? Oh, you've been a favorite of mine for years.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I used to watch you all the time on radio.
You watched me on radio?
I mean, I used to listen to you on television.
You listened to me on television?
Yeah, that was the year my picture tube went out.
You should have gone back to watching me on radio.
Oh, you say the funniest thing.
Mrs. Carmichael!
Yes, sir.
I've been trying to find Mr. Burns' file. It is not under the B's.
Oh, I must have put it under the X's.
Why would you put the B file under the X's?
Well, that poor little file never has anything in it. Not here.
Well, where is it?
Well, no, I don't know. Wait a minute. I bet I know what I did. You see, Mr. Burns, I always have trouble remembering names, so I took a course in word association. Now, Burns reminds me of fire.
So you filed it under the F's?
No, fire reminds me of stove.
So you put my file under the S's?
No, stove reminds me of pot roast.
It's your turn.
You filed it under the P's?
No, pot roast reminds me of noodles.
Mrs. Carmichael, you're making me angry.
It's making me hungry.
And noodles reminds me of my mother.
It's your turn.
Noodles remind you of your mother?
Yeah, she made the best noodles, and I'll bet that's where I put your file.
Under noodles?
No, under gravy.
Mrs. Carmichael, I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
I know what I'm going to do with her. Start a whole new career. Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought about going on the stage?
Oh, my life.
How would you like to do an act with me?
Oh, Mr. Burns, you can't be serious.
I know it. That's why I want to get back on the stage.
Oh.
What do you say?
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, Mr. Burns, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't quit my job here.
Why not?
Because it wouldn't be fair to you, Mr. Mooney. You need me. Good help is hard to find.
Well, I'd be delighted to start looking. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, this is a great opportunity for you to make a lot of money.
Yes, I know it does sound like a wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
But, and you know, today, my horoscope said that my whole future was going to take a turn for the better.
So did mine.
How much would I make?
Well, it's unprofessional for an artist to discuss money.
Oh.
That's usually handled by your agent or someone who handles your financial matters.
Well, Mr. Mooney usually handles all my financial things.
Yes, and I'd be delighted to represent you in this matter.
Would you?
Yes, indeed. For the customary 20%.
10% is customary.
Oh, 10. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, I'm new to show business.
You two talk it over, and when you decide on what you want, you can get together with my agent.
Fine.
Here's my address. Be at my apartment tonight, and we can start rehearsing.
Your apartment?
Nice and quiet there, and nobody will bother us.
Well, I hardly know you, Mr. Burns, and going to your apartment, you in show business and all.
Mrs. Carmichael, you don't have to worry about a man like Mr. Burns.
Burns?
She does, too.
Well, I didn't mean that you aren't a gentleman, Mr. Burns. I just meant that... Well, I meant you're a man, and if I go to your apartment, people might talk.
What people? There won't be any people there. And when I talk, nobody believes it anymore. See you tonight.
Okay,
Goodbye,
Mr.
Mrs.
Burns.
Carmichael.
Oh, thank you very
Goodbye,
much.
Mr. Mooney.
Good evening, Mr. Burns.
Good evening. Come on in.
Thank you. Oh, what a lovely apartment.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Are you ready to try a little rehearsal?
Oh, yes. I can hardly wait to find out what I do on the stage.
First, you've got to learn how to get on the stage.
Oh, yes, sir.
See,
Yes,
making an entrance is very important.
Oh.
Now, let's see. Where are we? That'll be the wings right there.
Oh, uh-huh.
Now, this will be center stage.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is
And
that the audience out there?
That's the audience.
Okay.
Now, we're introduced over the house mic.
Oh, are we?
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, George Burns and Lucy Carmichael. Now, the orchestra plays our entrance music.
Oh, what is our entrance music?
Some of these days.
Oh.
Now, let's make our entrance. Let's go into
from
the
over
wings.
here.
Now, you walk out just like I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, here they are, ladies and gentlemen, George Burns and Lucy Carmichael. Now, there's music, and I'm walking out, and I'm bowing, and I get to the center of the stage, and when I get to the center of the stage...
I'm sorry, Mr.
Honey, you walked out too fast.
Oh, well, I guess I've waited so long to go on stage that I was kind of in a hurry.
You belong over here.
Oh, over here?
Over there.
Oh.
That's it. Now, we'll start.
Yes.
Well, Lucy, say hello.
Hello.
Not to me, to the audience.
Oh. Hello.
Don't look down at the audience. The people in the back can't see you.
Oh. Hello.
Now, I'll tell you a little trick. Especially when you're new and you might be self-conscious. You look out at the audience, but you don't see them. You sort of look past them.
Oh.
Well, now. Well, Lucy, say hello.
Hello.
That was very good.
Oh, thank you.
Do that again.
Hello.
What's that? What is that business?
Oh, a little curtsy. Yeah, well, I saw Ginger Rogers do that on the Late Late Show last night. Yeah, I saw her on the show. She's my favorite, my very favorite.
Look, she's very good.
Yeah, Fred Astaire was in the picture too. It was a wonderful picture. You know, at the beginning of it, Fred was an ambitious young dancer playing in a show in Muncie, Indiana.
Muncie.
You ever been to Muncie?
I was closed there.
Oh. Well, Ginger Rogers is one of the chorus girls in the picture, and Fred's up there dancing away, you know, and Ginger's in back of him kicking with the girls, you know, and she accidentally kicks Fred. And the people laugh, and Fred is very embarrassed, you know. And then the girls go off stage, and Ginger starts for her dressing room, and Fred comes off stage, grabs her, and starts bawling her out. And that poor little thing is on the verge of tears.
She's hurt?
Not her, him.
Oh, him.
It hurt where she kicked him.
Oh.
And he tells her she's nothing but a clumsy clown with 2 left feet. And he calls her a no-talent nitwit. And then she calls him a swell-headed nincompoop. Yeah, and that's when they realize that they really love each other.
It always happens.
So later that night, he goes over to her apartment to apologize for bawling her out, you know. And he knocks on the door. He knocks on the door.
If that's Fred Astaire, I'm giving up cigars. Come in.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Burns.
Nice to see you.
Hope you don't mind my dropping by.
No, I suppose you came by to transact a deal.
Yes, I did, and to see how my client is getting along.
Well, we've been rehearsing a little bit.
Yeah, Mr. Burns is teaching me how to say hello.
Ah.
Hello.
Oh, my, that's very good. She'll be worth a lot of money, this girl.
Well, I don't discuss money. You'll have to talk to my agent.
Oh,
Hello?
No more.
Hello?
Save it until after we've made a deal.
By the way, Mr. Mooney, I hope you don't think I'm taking advantage of you.
How's that?
Well, show business is new to you, and you'll be dealing with a man who's had a lot of experience in theatrical deals.
Well, what's the difference? Money is money, and after all, a man with my vast banking and financial experience, it may be that your agent will be the one who is at a disadvantage.
Oh, no. My agent is very good at money matters.
Oh?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hello?
Mr. Burns, your agent's calling.
Good, put him on.
Hello, George. This is Jack.
Just in time. Mrs. Carmichael's agent is here right now.
Fine. Let me talk to him.
Good. Here he is. His name is Mooney. Mr. Mooney. Hey, Mr. Mooney, my agent.
Yeah. What's his name?
Benny. Jack Benny.
Jack Benny is your agent?
We'll be fair to you.
We will not.
I'll handle this. You just get us booked someplace.
I got you a break-in date for tomorrow night at a club in Santa Monica.
We open tomorrow night at a club in Santa Monica.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Great.
The bookers from Vegas will be in to see you, so I hope the act's good.
Don't worry, she'll be fine.
I mean you.
Bye.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, George Burns and Lucy Carmichael.
Lucy, say hello.
Hello.
Well, now that you're on the stage, what are you going to do?
Oh, well, when I was in the beauty parlor this afternoon, I heard a wonderful joke. Would you like to hear it? It had everybody dying laughing.
We'd all like to hear it.
Oh, well, this one man looked up and said to the other man, "Don't ask me, I just got here myself."
Is that the joke?
Well, there was some stuff ahead of it that I didn't hear. That's the line that they were dying laughing at.
I wouldn't tell that if I were you.
Too old?
Oh, yes, it's been kicked.
Oh.
Let's talk about your brother.
Oh, which brother do you want to talk about? The one that's married or the one that's in love?
The tall one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my brother Harry. He's with the FBI.
Your brother's with the FBI?
Yeah, they picked him up in Kansas City.
So the FBI picked him up.
Well, they had to. He couldn't pick himself up.
Loaded again.
Yeah.
Poor Harry. Hasn't your family ever tried to do something about his drinking?
Well, we sent him to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist worked and worked to get to the bottom of Harry's drinking. And finally, he found out Harry's problem.
What was it?
Harry likes to drink.
Well, we all have our reasons.
I think Harry drinks to forget.
Forget what?
That he's a kleptomaniac.
Who's a kleptomaniac?
Harry was always going into stores and taking things, so you know what my mother did?
What?
Well, she took some adhesive, and she taped his hand shut, all but this one finger.
Taped his hand shut, all but that. Why?
Well, so he could play marbles with my other brother.
You can't play marbles with one finger.
Well, Mother did that to even up the game. You see, Harry didn't have all of his fingers, and my other brother didn't have all of his marbles.
That made the game even.
Yes, it did.
But when your mother taped up Harry's hand so that he only had one finger, did this stop his shoplifting?
Well, it helped. All he could steal were donuts.
Harry likes donuts.
That's right. It was the donut that broke Harry's back.
Donut broke his back?
Yeah. You see, he had a donut in his right-hand pocket, and he tried to get it out with his left hand.
And broke his back?
Yeah.
Well, the next time he's got a donut in his right-hand pocket, tell him to try to take it out with his right hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of hard when you got your pants on backwards.
He had his pants on backwards?
Yeah. You see, Harry had a suit with two pair of pants, and he put one pair on frontwards and one pair on backwards.
So that he could walk either way.
That's when the truck hit him.
What truck?
The truck that didn't have its lights on.
Well, why didn't the man in the truck have his lights on?
Well, he didn't have to. It was daytime.
Well, if it was daytime, didn't the man in the truck see your brother coming?
He didn't know it was my brother. Oh, he saw two pair of pants coming toward him, and he drove right between them.
Well, that's our music cue. And my
Two sweethearts in a country town, the neighbors say, lived happily the whole day long.
Until one day told him he must go away, she wondered then what could go wrong.
He said, you know it's true, I love you best of all, and yet it's best that we should part.
Just as he went away, he heard his sweetheart say, here's a pretty tempo, Lucy, play with it. Although it broke her heart.
Some of these days.
Yes, some of these days.
You'll miss me, honey.
You're gonna miss me, honey.
Some of these days.
Yes, one of these days.
You'll feel so lonely.
You'll be feeling, oh, so
You'll
lonely.
Miss my hugging.
You used to love it when I'd hug and squeeze you.
You'll miss my kissing.
You'd ask for more, and I tease you.
Miss me only.
You want me only.
When you go away.
When you're a million
You'll
miles.
feel so lonely.
In the evening when the sun goes
Just
down.
for me only.
I'll be on the other side of town.
For you know, honey.
Oh, you know, baby.
You've had your way.
That you went and had your way.
And when you leave me, I know 'twill grieve
You
me.
can bet you're gonna be full of sorrow.
To miss your blue-eyed baby some of these days.
Dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-dee-dee-ba, ba, do, dee-dee-dee-ba, do, dee-dee-dee-ba, ba, dee-dee-dee-dee-da, ba. That's nice. Da-dee-dee-dee-ba, ba, dee-dee-dee-dee. Ba-ba-dee-dee-ba-ba-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Lonely, just for me only. 'Cause you know, honey, that you had your way.
That you've had your way.
And when you say goodbye, wipe that tear from your eye.
You're gonna miss your baby.
You're gonna miss your red-haired mama.
You're gonna miss
your blue-eyed baby some of these.
Miss
your blue-eyed baby some of these.
Lucy, you were just great.
Thank you.
Everybody out front is talking about it. Congratulations.
Carmichael, I couldn't be more proud of you.
Oh, Mr. Moody, that's the first time you ever kissed me.
Well, banking and show business are different. You know, this girl is sensational, and the men from Las Vegas have offered $10,000 for the act.
$10,000?
They'll go as high as 15 if you won't sing.
We'll take the 10. Did you hear that, Lucy? We're going to Vegas.
Oh, that's just wonderful. You know, this is like what happened to Ginger Rogers in that picture last night. The producer saw her on the stage. She got an offer to go to Vegas, but she'd been with Fred so long that she didn't want to be... Oh, Mr. Burns, I can't go.
Why not?
Oh, because I can't leave Mr. Mooney.
But I want you to go.
Oh, no, you don't. You need me.
I don't need you. I want you to leave.
Oh, I couldn't leave you any more than Ginger could leave Fred. Not even when Fred pretended to be mad and said things that were very nasty to make her mad.
Mrs. Carmichael, please get it through your head. I want you to go with Mr. Burns. My life would be happier without you. Happier!
That's just what Fred said, because he didn't want to stand in her way. But Ginger knew that Fred needed her, just like you need me, Mr. Mooney. Now. I'm sorry, Mr. Burns, but it just wouldn't work. I couldn't be funny out on the stage thinking about Mr. Mooney back in the bank trying to get along without me.
Mr. Mooney, you must be a wonderful man. How do you inspire such loyalty?
I don't know what I've done to deserve this.
Well, I hope you're not mad at me, Mr. Burns.
What for? This is the story of my life.
But what about the engagement at Las Vegas?
Well, now that I don't have a girl, I guess we'll have to pass up the $10,000.
Oh, I'm just awfully sorry about it, but, you know, Mr. Burns, Mr. Mooney has... What are you doing?
If you think I'm going to let $10,000 go down the drain, you are crazy. Some of these days... You're going to feel so Well, a fine sailor you'd make.
Mr. Mooney.
Lieutenant Commander Mooney, USNR.
You joined the Navy?
No, but I've been in the reserve for years.
Oh.
Yes, I'm in this uniform because I report for duty today.
You mean you're leaving the bank?
Oh, don't get your hopes up. No, I'm just going on a 2 weeks training cruise.
Oh.
But I shall return.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, when I'm gone, I want this office kept shipshape. You understand that, sailor?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start with a clean sweep down fore and aft.
How's that?
Pick up the letters.
Oh.
May I remind you that you are using my dress sword?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. You know, Mr. Mooney, you look very handsome and very distinguished in that uniform. So manly.
Thank you.
What a change.
I know what you mean. My wife said the same thing.
You do look very military. What did you get that ribbon for?
That's the Victory Medal.
Oh, you know, you're so modest. You never even told me you were in the war.
Mrs. Carmichael, there are some things a man doesn't like to talk about.
Oh, I understand. Don't you say another word.
But there were times when things got pretty rough out there. They sent us to do a job, and we did it. Fighting men and fighting ships. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, I remember once on the sub.
On the sub?
The submarine.
You were on a submarine?
Oh, yes. The SS Porpoise. Yes. Once in the South Pacific, I had the con on the dog watch. Suddenly, my sharp eyes caught a glimpse of the enemy fleet. Did I panic? No. I sounded the alarm for a crash dive. I gave the order for periscope depth, and we closed for battle. I zeroed in on an enemy ship. Fire one! I ordered calmly. Torpedo away, came the answer. A moment later, we heard her hit home. We serviced. I rushed to the bridge, manned the machine gun, and began firing at the enemy aircraft. Got him!
You got it? Well, boy. Oh, are you going to command the same ship this time?
Command? Oh, well, you know how the Navy is. Experience doesn't really count for anything. No, I'm just going to be another fighting man assigned to a dreary desk.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Mooney. That doesn't seem fair.
Well, that's the way it goes. Well, I better get things squared away around here before I shove off.
Yes, Mr. Cheever called and said to be sure and sign the Wilson Trust papers before you go. They're very important.
Oh, yes. Well, you get them for me, please.
Yes, sir. They're right here in the safe.
Good.
Mr. Mooney, couldn't you apply for a transfer to a fighting ship?
Well, that would take too much time.
Oh.
But if they need me, I'm ready. I'm going to run that desk like a torch ship. There'll be no gold bricking in my office. When I give an order, those sailors are going to hop to it. And stand at attention when you're being addressed by a superior officer.
Yes, sir.
All right, now get those papers.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
There they are, sir.
Mrs. Carmichael?
Yes, sir.
Were you raised in a barn?
No, sir. I was raised in James.
Then close that safe! You bent my sword.
Terribly sorry. I'll fix it here.
Never mind. You've done enough damage already.
I can straighten it out for you, Mr.
Morning,
Mooney.
Ted. Hello, Bill. You ready to go? Just about, yes, sir. Oh, this is my secretary, Mrs. Carmichael. Mrs. Carmichael, Commander Moore.
How do you do, Miss Carmichael? I just stopped by to take Ted down to the base.
Oh, how nice. Did you get assigned to a dreary desk job, too?
No, not exactly.
Mrs. Carmichael, he is the commander of a submarine.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Don't you think it's terrible what they did to Mr. Mooney after all of his years of experience?
What's this?
Never mind, Mrs. Carmichael.
Now, don't be modest. Didn't he tell you what he did on his ship during the war?
Ship? I thought you were the housing officer in Wichita.
Well, yes, for a while. I was just outside of Wichita. I wasn't right.
But he was also a real fighting man on a fighting ship. On a submarine.
Oh.
You never told me any of this, Ted.
I know I didn't.
Commander, there are certain things that a man doesn't like to talk about.
Well, a man with your experience shouldn't be tied down to a desk.
That's what I say.
You keep out of this.
I may be able to pull some strings and get you down in my submarine.
Down in a... Oh. Well, no, I wouldn't want to put you to any trouble. I mean to say, they may be short-handed down at the housing office. They may need me.
Oh, nonsense. Any oddball can handle that job.
That's right, Mr. Mooney. Let him get another oddball for that job. You deserve to be on active service. Now, you go with the commander and do what's best for the United States Navy. I'll take care of everything here.
You already have.
Well, Ted, let's shovel off and get some water over our heads. Bye, Miss Carmichael.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice knowing you.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Goodbye, Mr. Mooney.
I'll see you when I get back. If I get back.
Mr. Mooney's office. Oh, yes, Mr. Cheever. No, sir, he just left, sir. The Wilson papers? Oh, yes. Yes, sir, I know how important they are, sir. Yes, sir, you'll have them right away, sir. Yes, sir. He forgot to sign the papers. Put them in here. What's that combination? 32 to the right.
Okay. Sorry, ma'am, nobody's allowed on the base without a pass.
But my boss is in there, and I have some very important papers that he has to sign.
Sorry, ma'am.
But if I don't get these papers to my boss, I'll be in a lot of trouble. I may even get fired.
Look, lady, if I let you in, I may be fired. By a firing squad. Jones, William. Okay.
Mister, please. Look, I'm not a spy. Cross my heart. If I was a spy, I'd have on some sort of a disguise. Maybe even dye my hair. I mean, a real crazy color. Now, look, I just got to get these papers signed. I'll only be in there for a few minutes, Captain.
Seaman, ma'am. And not without a pass.
Anthony, Larry.
Okay.
Rush, Jerry.
Okay.
James, Chuck.
Okay.
Gerald.
Okay.
Lambie. Alec.
Okay.
Club Auto.
Okay. Club Auto. Auto Club.
As you were. Well, Bill, that was mighty fine chow.
Thank you.
However, I hope your boat is in better shape than your coffee.
I hope so, sir. Oh, may I present my executive officer, Commander Mooney?
Oh, how do you do, Commander?
Mooney hasn't been aboard the sub in some time.
Really? Part of the mothball Navy, huh? Well, Commander, you should have been at luncheon with us. We had some fried oysters. We had some pork chops, a banana cream pie. But I imagine you're very anxious to get underway. Aren't we underway yet? Well, I hope not. I have to get off first.
Yes.
Well, let's get on with the inspection.
Yes, sir.
Mooney?
Sir.
Prepare to get underway.
Yeah, me? Yes, sir. Aye, sir. Well, you heard what the man said. Prepare to get underway. Do the...
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, I owe this all to you. I hope I never see you again.
Well, I didn't mean it quite like that.
Mr. Mooney.
What are you doing here?
You forgot to sign the Wilson Trust papers.
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Cheatham was very upset. Have you got a pen?
Yes, I have.
He was so upset.
Mooney.
He had to get them right back.
What?
What are you doing in that uniform?
I borrowed it to get through the gate.
If they catch you, they'll shoot you.
Yeah, all right. I'll just tell them I'm your secretary and you invited me aboard.
Oh, in that uniform, that's fine. Then they'll shoot both of us. Get out of here. Get out. Hurry up. Come on. Go.
Mr. Mooney.
What?
Bon voyage.
As you were. Now, Bill, I'm expecting a bigger showing from you this time. Now,
Yes,
this
sir.
is a very important training maneuver.
Yes, sir.
If anybody on this big boat expects a promotion in the next 10 years, they'd better snap to.
Yes, sir.
Mooney, you heard that? Snap to.
Yes.
All right, men. Snap to. You, sailor. That means you. Snap to.
Here, snap to, sailor. Get busy.
Believe me.
Secure from general quarters.
Up, scope!
Oh. I'm gonna keep my eye on this fish.
Admiral, I can explain everything. See, there was a malfunction. Oh. All right, homie. Well, you heard what the Admiral said. He's going to be up there on his barge watching this whole show. And he's got eyes like a hawk.
Yeah, but Commander...
I don't want any excuses. I want results.
Yeah, aye, sir. Yes, sir. Results. Oh, this is all your fault.
Well, I didn't...
I don't want excuses. I want results.
Yes.
Now, get out of here. Get out. Hurry up. Oh.
I can't get it open.
I can't get it open. Well, I'll open it. I've got to get you off here before we shove off.
Yes, sir.
Heaven's sake.
I think we already shoved off.
Now I've got to hide you somewhere. If they find you, I will be shot for smuggling a woman aboard.
Oh,
yes, I'll be not only shot, but I'll lose my pension.
Where will I hide?
I don't. Here, in here. Come through here. Come on. Now, hurry up.
Ouch! Watch your feet.
What? Oh.
And your head. Oh. Where am I hiding here?
I don't know.
Commander Mooney, report to the chart room.
Chart room?
Where's that?
I don't know where it is. Here, over here. Look, wonderful place to hide. Right in there.
In there?
Yes, come on, get in there.
You
Grab
sure?
some. Yes, that'll be fine. That's good. Get in there. Fine. Good.
You won't forget me, will you?
Well, of course not. Now what?
What is this? I'm hiding in a garbage chute?
No, it's just a torpedo tube.
Torpedo?
Please, for heaven's sake, be quiet. Look, get over here. Get in the bunk and pretend you're a sailor.
Is that a torpedo?
Yes, but don't pay any attention to it. Come on.
Don't
Get in there. Please, be quiet. That's it. Get in there. Now you stay. What?
You having trouble, sir?
Oh, no. Just one of our new men's a little shy of the torpedoes.
Oh, don't worry about a thing, mate. Them are practice torpedoes. They ain't even loaded.
Report to the chart room on the double.
Aye, sir, yeah. You be quiet and remain right there, sailor.
Well, I'm gonna get me some sack time while the getting is good. Yes, sir. Don't get a chance to get much sack time around here. I'll tell you one thing, Pally.
I sure can't wait till we get a leave. That's the one thing I need is a nice, long leave. I met a blondie the other night that is really gorgeous. What do you think? That's right. Stay in touch with me, pal, because the next time I see her, I'll ask her if she's got a good-looking chick for you. Would you like a date like that? Oh, boy. Talking about good-looking chicks, you should have seen the redhead I spotted down at the gate this morning. A real sharp chick. Big blue eyes, nice little nose, nice long legs. Boy, a swinging chick. Hey, how would you like a date with something like that? That's exactly the way I feel. Hey, you know something? I like you. You and I are gonna get along just great. You're my kind of guy. You know what you're talking about.
I found a one. Sailor, report to the radar officer.
Me, sir?
Yeah.
I'm the cook.
Well, he's hungry. Come on, on the double. Down you go. Go on. That's right. Now take your gear and get out here. That's it. Hurry up. He's very hungry. Go. That's it. Go. That's fine. I found a great place for you to hide. Come on. Never mind. We'll just hurry before they take you down. Come on.
Take her down?
Yes, we're going to dive.
Dive?
Yeah, well, now, don't get frantic. There's nothing to panic about. Don't be afraid.
Dive!
All right, to 073.
Right, 073.
Remember, Mooney, the Admiral's going to be up there on his barge watching this whole show.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, snap to it, you men, snap to it. Look alive. There.
What are you doing here? I'm hungry.
Hungry?
It's my lunchtime.
Mooney! You checked the forward compartment?
Aye, sir.
Everything secure?
Aye, sir.
All right, keep your men busy.
Aye.
And that means you, sailor.
You keep busy, sailor. Do something.
What do I do?
Well, here. Take this. Pretend you know how to use it.
Sonar contact bearing 238 relative.
You know, Mooney, this is the most important torpedo exercise of the year. We've got to make a good showing.
Yes, sir.
Sonar contact bearing 097 relative.
It's going pretty fast. Must be a destroyer.
Oh, yes.
Right. 2 destroyers on the port beam. Range 2,500 yards.
Range 2,500 yards.
Bearing 224.
Bearing 224.
Destroyers closing. There it is, Mooney. Our target ship. This is what we've been waiting for. What are you doing there?
Mopping, sir.
Well, get mopping. This is a torpedo exercise. We're about to fire one.
Fire one.
Fire one.
Number 1 away.
We fired one.
We hit something. The Admiral's barge. Prepare to surface. Blow all ballast tanks. Stop all engines. Professor? Who gave the order to fire that torpedo?
Well, sir?
I did, sir.
Good show.
What's that?
Your crew is more on the ball than I thought, sir.
It is?
It certainly is. Of all the members of the fleet, your boat was the only one who saw that I was not flying the proper recognition signals. And you took action. Kind of drastic action, but action. I'm going to see that you get a citation and extra liberty for all hands.
Well, let's hear it for the Admiral. Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.
The shift from the fluorescent seriousness of the bank to the shaded smoke-tinged interior of the Club Domino marks one of the most effective tonal transitions in the composite narrative. That night, the federal officers escort Lucille Carmichael to the nightclub so that she may observe the real Rusty Martin and begin absorbing the details of voice posture, attitude and personal history that will soon be required of her. The sequence is handled with the careful attention to preparation that the Lucy show often brought to its more elaborate impersonation plots. Lucille Ball's Lucy does not simply put on a costume and hope for the best, she studies. The audience is invited to watch her watching, and in that doubled observation the comedy of identity deepens into something richer than mere physical resemblance. The first encounter with the genuine Rusty is framed by a classic bit of backstage farce. A voice from behind a door announces that the visitor cannot come in because she is not decent. A moment later, the same voice grants permission and the real Rusty appears. The federal operative addressed in the script as a man from Washington introduces himself with the dry understatement typical of the series' approach to official authority. Rusty's response, "What's a nice guy like you doing in a place like this?" establishes her character at once, street smart, mildly flirtatious, defensive, and already prepared to turn any conversation toward her own advantage. Ball, observing from the narrative shadows, would have noted the cadence, the slight rasp of long evenings spent in clubs, the way the real Rusty uses humor as both shield and invitation. The dialogue that follows is a carefully constructed character study disguised as interrogation. The federal man asks why Rusty never visited Big Nick during his 10 years in prison. Her answer is practical and tinged with dark humor. The authorities had revoked his visiting privileges after he slugged another prisoner who had called him a dirty number. The exchange reveals a relationship built on loyalty, shared history and a certain acceptance of violence as ordinary. When the subject of Nick's impending release arises, Rusty's face brightens with the genuine anticipation of a woman who has waited a decade to become Mrs. Big Nick. She speaks of the lavish honeymoon she expects of finally having something that belongs to her alone. Ball's Lucy, listening, would have registered both the longing and the material calculation that sit side by side in the real Rusty's imagination. The conversation turns, as it must, to the missing $100,000. The federal man presses gently at first, then more directly. Was Rusty in San Francisco with Big Nick just before the bank job? Was she with him immediately afterward? Each time the real Rusty invokes the Fifth Amendment with the practiced rhythm of someone who has rehearsed the phrase "I refuse to answer on the grounds that it might incriminate me." The repetition is comic. Yet it also underscores the woman's instinct for self-preservation. When the pressure increases, she shifts tactics, becoming warmly personal. She invites the agent to relax, reminds him that he is a man, and she is a woman, and offers a drink from what she claims is Nick's old private stock. Though she quickly corrects herself with a laugh, noting that Big Nick's boys have not been bootlegging for years, and that the bottle is the real McCoy. The flirtation is neither subtle nor entirely serious. It is a performance of availability designed to deflect questions. Ball, studying the scene, would have absorbed the timing of these shifts the way Rusty uses charm as a form of defense. A more revealing exchange follows when the federal man challenges Rusty's choice of life. Why remain in a place like the Club Domino mixed up with men like Big Nick if she cares about class? Rusty's reply is one of the script's most vivid pieces of character writing. She describes a childhood neighborhood so bad that the city finally tore it down in order to put up a slum. Her school, she says, had more teachers drop out than pupils. The lines are delivered with a mixture of pride and residual bitterness. They explain the toughness without asking for pity. Yet she also insists that she is always trying to improve herself. As evidence, she produces her ain't box, a small container into which she deposits a quarter every time she uses the forbidden word. She has only 1 quarter in the box, she claims, and has said ain't only once during the entire period of Nick's imprisonment. The detail is both funny and oddly touching. It reveals a woman who measures her own progress in small concrete acts of self-discipline even while remaining entangled in a criminal world. Lucille Ball's Lucy, listening, would have recognized a kindred spirit of sorts, another woman attempting to rise above her circumstances through willpower and performance, however imperfectly. The federal man's final appeal is carefully calibrated. He does not ask Rusty to betray Nick directly. Instead, he proposes that she place herself in protective custody for a few days so that the authorities can use her absence to pressure Nick into revealing the money's location. The argument is framed in terms of a clean start for the couple's married life. Nick will be able to go straight, they will not have to raise children on stolen money. The mention of pablum purchased with criminal proceeds lands with particular force, translating abstract justice into the language of ordinary domestic aspiration. Rusty hesitates, weighs the risks, and finally agrees. That night, she voluntarily enters protective custody, clearing the stage for Lucy's impersonation. What makes the reconnaissance sequence so effective is the way it equips both Lucy and the audience with a fully realized portrait of the woman who must be imitated. The real Rusty is not a simple villainess or a pure victim. She is tough, funny, defensive, capable of genuine affection, and possessed of a rudimentary code of self-improvement. Ball's subsequent performance as the false Rusty will draw on all of these qualities. The audience, having watched the original, will be able to measure the accuracy of the copy, and to appreciate the subtle differences that Lucy inevitably introduces. The nightclub setting itself contributes to the atmosphere of theatrical preparation. This is a place designed for performance, and Lucy is about to step onto its stage in the most demanding role of her recent career. The following night, when Lucille Carmichael appears at the Club Domino masquerading as Rusty Martin, the fruits of the reconnaissance are immediately visible. She enters singing a playful, slightly off-kilter version of My Heart Belongs to Daddy, complete with the golf and caddy lyric variations that give the number a breezy nightclub-appropriate spin. The federal officers watching from the wings congratulate her. Everyone in the room believed she was the real Rusty. Ball's physical transformation, the altered posture, the slightly harder set of the mouth, the more deliberate sway of the walk demonstrates how thoroughly she has absorbed the earlier observation. Yet the performance is never pure imitation. Lucy's essential optimism and underlying nervousness continually flicker through the borrowed toughness, creating a layered characterization that is funnier and more human than a perfect copy could ever be. The reconnaissance at the Club Domino thus serves multiple purposes within the larger narrative. It provides the practical information Lucy needs to survive the coming encounter with Big Nick. It deepens the audience's understanding of the criminal world that has temporarily intersected with the bank secretary's ordinary life. And it allows Lucille Ball to display one of her greatest gifts: the ability to study another human being with such precision and empathy that the subsequent impersonation becomes both a comic triumph and a small act of imaginative generosity. By the time the real Rusty has been removed to protective custody, and Lucy stands ready in her place, the stage is set for the high-stakes reunion that will test every detail of the observed performance. The nightclub, with its songs, its shadowed corners, and its atmosphere of practiced illusion, has become the perfect rehearsal hall for the most dangerous role Lucy Carmichael has yet agreed to play. The atmosphere inside the dressing room at the Club Domino tightens the moment the federal officers confirm that Big Nick is on his way. Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael, already transformed into a credible approximation of Rusty Martin, receives the news with a mixture of professional resolve and unmistakable private dread. The officers attempt to steady her with technical reassurance. A tiny transistor microphone has been concealed inside an ordinary tea bag. From a room across the alley they will hear every word spoken. The device is small, the plan is simple, and the armed backup is ready. Yet Ball's face registers the full comic weight of the situation. When she is reminded that Nick has been away from his girl for 10 whole years and therefore may not notice small differences, Lucy's reply, "Yeah, that's what I'm worried about," lands with perfect timing, converting official confidence into personal panic. The line is pure ball, the voice climbs, the eyes widen, and the audience understands at once that the physical intimacy of the coming reunion terrifies her more than the criminal stakes. The arrival itself is staged with classic sitcom precision. A heavy knock, the gruff command, "Open up, doll," and Lucy's hurried, breathless, "Just a minute," create an immediate sense of impending collision. When the door finally opens, Big Nick steps into the room as a solid, confident presence after a decade of absence. His greeting is affectionate and proprietary. The first kiss, however, becomes the scene's opening comic crisis. "What's the matter, doll? You don't kiss like you used to," he observes. Lucy's explanation that he has been away so long she is simply out of practice is both plausible and desperately invented. Ball plays the physical awkwardness with exquisite control, the slight stiffening of the shoulders, the overly bright smile, the hands that do not quite know where to settle. The moment is funny precisely because the danger is real within the world of the story. One false note could collapse the entire impersonation before the crucial information is obtained. Nick's desire to make up for lost time pushes the physical comedy further. Lucy's repeated requests that he take it easy, that he give her a chance to catch her breath, are delivered with rising urgency. Ball's body language becomes a master class in controlled retreat, small steps backward, a hand raised in gentle protest, the constant effort to keep the conversation from turning too intimate too quickly. When she seizes on the idea of fixing a drink, the audience recognizes the classic Lucy tactic of using domestic business to regain control of a dangerous situation. Nick requests the usual. Lucy's response, "Don't you have any imagination? How can you go on drinking the same thing day in day out?" is a brilliant piece of improvisation that both stalls for time and gently mocks the very notion of unbroken routine after a 10-year separation. The subsequent negotiation over tea bags is pure farce. Lucy produces the prepared tea, insists on the healthier choice for their first night back together, and simultaneously protects the hidden microphone. Nick's suspicion that she has learned how to cook is met with the cheerful claim that a woman planning marriage ought to acquire such skills. Every exchange serves the dual purpose of character, comedy, and plot advancement. The conversation takes a warmer, almost domestic turn when Nick reveals what he learned in prison. He can now read. The officers allowed him to work with a doctor, and by the time of his release, he could read the entire eye chart. The joke is simple, yet Ball's delighted reaction, "Oh well, that's wonderful," Nick carries genuine warmth. For a moment, the criminal and the imposter share a small human victory. Nick's further comment that he will now be able to help their future children with homework deepens the pathos. Lucy, still playing Rusty, must respond as a woman who has waited a decade for precisely this kind of ordinary future. Ball lets a flicker of real emotion show through the performance, reminding the audience that even in the midst of an elaborate deception, the character remains capable of empathy. The pivotal turn arrives when Lucy steers the talk toward money and budgeting. Now that they are getting married, she suggests they ought to know how much they have and how to manage it. Nick's casual reply, "It's gonna be pretty nice starting out with $100,000," is the first major crack in the wall of secrecy. Lucy's carefully controlled surprise, her request that he repeat the figure, and her subsequent praise for the cleverness with which he kept the location hidden from the police are all delivered with the precise mixture of admiration and probing curiosity that the role demands. When Nick suddenly claims that he himself never knew where the money was, the scene threatens to stall. Ball's Lucy must think quickly. She begins a rambling, half-philosophical speech about putting something away so carefully that one can no longer find it, buying time while the listening officers presumably react with frustration. The pressure intensifies. Nick grows suspicious of the stalling. Lucy insists it is no stall, she is merely trying to remember. The dialogue becomes a delicate duel. Nick reminds her that right after the bank job he gave her a list of 5 favorite drops and instructed her to hide the money in one of them. Lucy's reply that 10 long years have passed, and she cannot recall which one feels both truthful to the real Rusty's possible forgetfulness and strategically useful to the imposter. When Nick finally answers his own question with the single word, the usual, the comic and dramatic threads tighten simultaneously. He elaborates with pride, the police would never think to look right under their noses. The money is produced or indicated, the trap is ready to spring, and Lucy's long, careful performance reaches its climax. Throughout the sequence, Ball's technical control is extraordinary. She must sustain a voice and physicality that convincingly approximate the real Rusty while continually signaling to the audience the private terror and calculation of Lucy Carmichael. The tea bag is handled with repeated nervous attention, saved, protected, fussed over so that the microphone remains both a plot device and a visible source of comedy. Every time Nick urges her to forget the tea and enjoy the prospect of unlimited wealth, Lucy's insistence on thrift becomes funnier and more desperate. The repeated refrain of the usual acquires cumulative power, moving from a drink order to the key that unlocks the entire criminal secret. The scene also deepens the portrait of Big Nick. He is neither a cartoon villain nor a simple thug. He is a man who has counted the days, who takes pride in having learned to read, who speaks of marriage and children and going straight once the money is secured. His affection for the woman he believes to be Rusty is rough but genuine. When he finally realizes he has been deceived, the later revelation that she felt so skinny will carry both comic deflation and a strange residual tenderness. For now, in the dressing room, he remains confident, expansive, and fatally willing to talk. By the time the money's location is spoken aloud and the federal officers prepare to move, the sequence has achieved a remarkable balance of tension, character, comedy, and physical farce. The teabag microphone, the awkward kisses, the negotiation over drinks, the eye chart literacy joke, the budgeting talk, and the final revelation of the usual all interlock with the precision of classic construction. Lucille Ball carries the entire structure on her performance, never allowing the audience to forget that the woman on screen is simultaneously a frightened bank secretary and a surprisingly effective undercover actress. The reunion that Big Nick has awaited for 10 years becomes, under her management, a carefully controlled extraction of information, and the dressing room at the Club Domino is transformed into one of the most memorable comic stages in the series-long exploration of identity deception, and the enduring appeal of a woman who can think on her feet even when the stakes are higher than any apple dispenser diagram could ever have suggested. The instant Big Nick utters the words "the usual," and indicates that the stolen fortune has been waiting all along in the most obvious of places, the carefully balanced tension of the dressing room scene breaks into open action. Lucille Ball's Lucy, still wearing the borrowed mannerisms of Rusty Martin, watches as the criminal's triumphant gesture, "Here it is, baby. Welcome home," Nick is answered by the swift entrance of the federal officers. The line "Nice work, Mrs. Carmichael" lands with the satisfying finality of a trap cleanly sprung. For a single suspended moment, Nick fails to understand. Then recognition arrives, comic and deflating at once. "You mean you ain't Rusty?" he asks, and when the truth is confirmed he lets out a rueful laugh and the immortal observation, "Well, no wonder you felt so skinny." The physical joke is pure classic farce, yet it also carries a strange residual affection. Even in betrayal, the man notices the difference in the woman he has held. What follows is one of the most emotionally layered resolutions in the entire composite narrative. The officers point out that mere possession of the recovered money can return Nick to prison for another long stretch. His plea for mercy is immediate and unexpectedly articulate. He has already served his 10 years. The money has been restored, and during the entire reunion, while he still believed he was speaking to Rusty, he talked only of marriage and of going straight. The speech is rough-edged, self-serving, and yet oddly sincere. Ball's Lucy listens with the complicated attention of a woman who has just spent an evening performing intimacy with a stranger and has discovered unexpected humanity in the performance. When she speaks, her support is quiet but firm. Yes, he did seem very sincere. The conversation was really quite touching. She believes they ought to give him a break. The lead officer's response is the voice of institutional experience. He has spent his whole career bird-dogging Nick. The pattern never changes: a series of crimes, followed by a series of arrests, followed by a series of jail sentences, followed by a series of paroles. The catalog is delivered with the weary certainty of a man who has watched the same story repeat itself too many times. Lucy's counter-argument arrives in the form of one of the script's most purely ball-like jokes. The reason she thinks Nick deserves another chance, she suggests, is that the two of them have already spent so much time together in the same series. The line is a delicious piece of meta-humor, acknowledging the long television relationship between lawman and habitual offender while simultaneously softening the moral severity of the moment. The officers and Nick himself react with the startled laughter that such a remark demands, and for a brief instant, the rigid categories of criminal and captor dissolve into shared amusement. The final exchange elevates the comedy into something gentler and more characteristic of the series' underlying heart. Nick is genuinely touched by Lucy's defense. The officer admits that he too is moved. The closing observation, "So you see no one is really untouchable," lands with the soft finality of a moral the show is willing to endorse without heavy underlining. In the world of The Lucy Show, even a career criminal who has just been caught red-handed can be granted a measure of grace if the plea is made with sufficient sincerity and if Lucille Ball's particular combination of mischief and compassion is present to argue the case. Ball's performance throughout the capture and its aftermath is a model of controlled emotional transition. Only moments earlier, she was sustaining a high-wire impersonation under the constant threat of discovery. Now she must drop the borrowed toughness of Rusty and return to the moral center of Lucy Carmichael, a woman who for all her schemes and deceptions remains fundamentally decent and surprisingly willing to see the best in others. The shift is accomplished without jarring visible effort. A softening of the shoulders, a quieter vocal tone, the slight forward lean of someone making a heartfelt request, these small physical adjustments signal to the audience that the performance is over and the real woman has reappeared. When she describes Nick's earlier talk of marriage and reform, as quite touching, the adjective is chosen with care. It is not the language of a federal asset or a triumphant trickster. It is the language of a person who has been moved despite herself. The scene also completes the portrait of Big Nick that the reunion began. He is not redeemed in any grand spiritual sense, yet he is humanized. His pride in the cleverness of the hiding place, his rough affection for the woman he believed to be Rusty, his immediate and almost childlike appeal for mercy once the trap is sprung. All of these details prevent him from remaining a mere plot function. The fact that Lucy is willing to speak for him gives the audience permission to feel a measure of sympathy as well. The series has always preferred its comic antagonists to be fallible rather than purely evil. Nick fits comfortably into that tradition. Mr. Mooney is absent from the dressing room climax, yet his influence is felt in the moral framework Lucy brings to the moment. The bank secretary, who began the day arguing about apple dispensers, has by evening's end participated in the recovery of a substantial sum of stolen money and then used her temporary authority to argue for leniency. The journey is extravagant, even absurd, yet it remains consistent with the character's essential nature. Lucy has always been willing to bend rules, assume false identities and create elaborate chaos in pursuit of what she considers a good outcome. On this night, the good outcome includes both the restoration of the bank's money and a plea that the captured man be allowed a chance to become something better than his record suggests. Culturally, the resolution reflects the mid-1960s television tendency to soften the edges of crime stories when they appeared inside comedy formats. Pure punishment is less satisfying to the sitcom audience than the possibility of reform, especially when the argument for reform is delivered by Lucille Ball at her most persuasive. The meta-joke about the same series further reassures viewers that they are watching a constructed entertainment rather than a documentary of criminal justice. The laughter it produces releases the remaining tension and returns the narrative to the safer ground of pure comedy. By the time the officers lead Nick away and the dressing room empties, the undercover plot has reached a complete and satisfying close. The money has been recovered. The impersonation has succeeded. The dangerous intimacy of the reunion has been survived. And Lucy Carmichael, true to her deepest instincts, has managed to extract from the entire adventure not only success but a small moment of grace. The teabag microphone has done its work, the usual hiding place has yielded its secret. And the woman who only that morning was defending a diagram of an Apple machine has demonstrated once again that her particular genius lies in turning the most improbable situations into opportunities for both laughter and unexpected kindness. In the long catalog of Lucy's adventures, The Night at the Club Domino stands as a particularly rich example of the series' ability to combine intricate physical and verbal comedy with a warm, forgiving view of human domino. Weakness. No one, the final line suggests, is really untouchable. In the world Lucille Ball created and sustained for so many years that observation feels less like a threat than like a promise. The morning after the high-stakes night at the Club Domino, the bank office reverts to its familiar fluorescent calm only to be disrupted at once by a new and thoroughly modern source of chaos. Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael has rearranged the furniture. Desks have been shifted, space has been cleared. And the entire geometry of the room now anticipates the arrival of a machine that in the mid-1960s still carried the glamour and mild threat of the future. When Mr. Mooney enters and registers the altered landscape, his reaction is instantaneous and characteristic. They are not rearranging furniture. Lucy's defense is delivered with the bright, reasonable tone she always adopts when she has already committed the act she is now justifying. She has simply made room for the new computer that is scheduled for delivery that morning. Gail Gordon's Mooney receives the news with the mixture of technological curiosity and territorial alarm that defines so many middle management encounters with automation in the period. The machine, he explains with forced enthusiasm, is a fantastic electronic device capable of solving problems and answering questions within seconds. Lucy's eyes light up at once. She has all kinds of questions she wants to ask it, beginning with whether a girl should go out with a man the first time he asks her. Mooney's response is pure compressed exasperation. They are getting a computer, not Dear Abby. The exchange is a perfect miniature of the series' approach to progress. Lucy immediately personalizes the new technology, converting its vast computational promise into a source of private advice, while Mooney attempts to keep the innovation inside the boundaries of official bank business. The arrival of the computer itself is staged as physical comedy of a high order. The installer, whose name in the surviving transcript has suffered the usual OCR indignities, enters with the confident air of a man accustomed to introducing the future into ordinary offices. He refers to the machine throughout as her, explaining that computers, like boats and automobiles, are traditionally assigned the feminine gender. Lucy seizes on the detail with delight. "It will be nice," she remarks, "to have another girl working in the office." The line is tossed off lightly, yet it carries a quiet charge of solidarity and mild subversion. In a workplace still dominated by male authority, the arrival of a massive, expensive, and supposedly logical machine is immediately reframed by Lucy as the appearance of a potential female ally. The debate over placement quickly escalates into a classic territorial struggle. Mooney has already cleared a particular spot and intends the computer to occupy it. Lucy, pointing out that she will be the primary operator, argues for a location beside her own desk. The argument is conducted with the formal politeness and underlying stubbornness that has always marked their relationship. Neither yields. Then Lucy produces the inspired suggestion that they submit the question to the computer itself. Mooney dismisses the idea as silly. The machine does not answer questions of that sort. The installer, however, disagrees. It is, he says, a very good problem for the computer. A punch card is prepared, holes are punched with the ritual solemnity of a new priesthood, and the card is fed into the slot. The answer that emerges is a triumph of comic programming: "Put me next to the secretary's desk. We girls gotta stick together." The moment is pure Lucy show alchemy. The most advanced electronic brain of the era has been made to speak in the idiom of female solidarity and mild workplace conspiracy. Ball's reaction is a masterpiece of delighted surprise mixed with vindication. She has been granted technological authority for her preferred arrangement, and the machine itself has chosen sisterhood over managerial convenience. Mooney's face as Gordon plays, it is a study in reluctant defeat. The future has arrived, and it has immediately sided with his secretary. The subsequent effort to move the enormous machine into its new position generates the physical comedy that the series always handled with such expertise. The installer's assistants strain the dolly's squeak, directions are given and countermanded, and Lucy continually interjects with helpful but unhelpful suggestions. The computer is described as weighing a ton. Once placed, it will stay where it is put. The dialogue is filled with the gendered language of the period. Easy does it. Watch the door give it a heist while Lucy's presence continually threatens to convert the serious business of installation into something more chaotic and human. Ball's physical performance during these maneuvers is characteristically precise. She hovers, she points, she attempts to help and is waved away, she registers every near miss and every groan of effort with the elastic expressiveness that made her the greatest physical comedian of her generation. Beneath the surface farce runs a gentle satire of the early computer age, as it was experienced in ordinary American offices. The mid-1960s were years of intense fascination with electronic data processing punch card systems and the promise that machines would soon solve every administrative problem. Television comedies of the period frequently treated the new technology as both marvel and menace, capable of extraordinary feats yet prone to comic malfunction or unexpected personality. The Lucy Show participates in that tradition while adding its own distinctive emphasis on gender and workplace power. The computer as she prefers the secretary's company. She answers a question of office politics in the language of female alliance. In a single punch card moment, the series manages to humanize the machine, undercut managerial authority, and give Lucille Ball a small but decisive victory. Mr. Mooney's position throughout the sequence is richly ambivalent. He is officially the champion of the new technology, he has ordered the machine and prepared the space. Yet every practical decision is contested by Lucy, and the machine itself ultimately refuses his preferred arrangement. Gordon plays the mounting frustration with the controlled intensity that made him such an ideal partner for Ball. His voice rises by careful increments. His gestures become more emphatic. When the computer's answer is read aloud, the brief silence that follows is as eloquent as any line of dialogue. The future, it seems, has opinions, and those opinions do not automatically align with middle management. Lucy's relationship to the computer is equally complex. She is fascinated by its speed and its promise of answers. She is ready to treat it as a confidant and advisor. At the same time, she is prepared to argue with it, move it, and claim it as an ally in her ongoing campaign to reshape the office according to her own sense of convenience and companionship. The machine becomes another character in the long-running comedy of Lucy's refusal to leave the workplace as she found it. Just as she once attempted to introduce an Apple dispenser into the bank's carefully controlled environment, she now welcomes a massive electronic presence and immediately begins negotiating the terms of its residence. By the time the computer has been wrestled into position beside Lucy's desk, the office has been transformed both physically and symbolically. The new machine occupies space that once belonged to ordinary human arrangements. It has spoken in a voice of unexpected solidarity. And it has set the stage for the far greater physical crisis that will follow when its enormous weight becomes an instrument of both danger and miraculous strength. For the moment, however, the dominant mood is one of comic accommodation. The future has arrived at the bank, it has been given a gender and a preference, and Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael has already begun to make it feel at home. In the gentle, observant comedy of The Lucy Show, that is how progress usually happens, not through grand pronouncements or seamless efficiency but through argument, improvisation, punch cards, and the enduring determination of one woman to ensure that even the most advanced electronic brain ends up exactly where she believes it belongs. The carefully managed chaos of installing the new computer suddenly tips into genuine physical peril when the enormous machine slips from its supports and crashes down onto Mr. Mooney's foot. The moment is prepared by the usual flurry of conflicting directions, straining assistance, and Lucy's well-intentioned but unhelpful hovering. Then the weight shifts, there is a collective cry of alarm, and Gail Gordon's Mooney is pinned, his face registering the precise mixture of pain, disbelief, and outraged dignity that only he could bring to such an injury. The computer, so recently the subject of gendered banter and punch card comedy, has become an instrument of real danger. In the sudden silence that follows the crash, Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael does what the character has always done in moments of true crisis: she acts. Without visible calculation or strain, she bends, grips the massive frame, and lifts the computer clear of Mooney's foot. The action is performed with such apparent ease that the surrounding men can only stare. The installer, the assistants, and Mooney himself all register the same astonished incomprehension. Lucy sets the machine down and then looks at her own hands as if they belong to someone else. I picked it up, she says, the words carrying both wonder and a faint note of apology. And I don't know how I did it. Ball's performance in this instant is a marvel of controlled astonishment. There is no triumphant posing, no immediate claim of newfound power, only the wide-eyed recognition that something extraordinary has occurred through her body without her conscious permission. Dr. Simon arrives with the brisk efficiency of a man accustomed to office emergencies and quickly determines that no bones have been broken. The greater mystery is the lift itself. When pressed for an explanation, the doctor offers the physiological rationale that mid-1960s audiences would have found both scientific and dramatically convenient. In times of crisis, the adrenal gland becomes overstimulated and can temporarily endow an ordinary person with superhuman strength. The emergency has passed, he adds. Therefore, Mrs. Carmichael should not be able to repeat the feat. The logic is neat, authoritative, and immediately overturned. Lucy, still processing the first miracle, simply lifts the computer again. There is no crisis this time, only the same impossible strength. The doctor's face becomes a study in professional bafflement. I don't understand it, he murmurs, unless your adrenal gland got stuck. The diagnosis is delivered with the perfect combination of medical seriousness and comic absurdity that the series loved to exploit. Ball receives it with a mixture of pride, alarm, and pure curiosity. Does it show, she asks, as if the stuck gland might be a visible deformity. The doctor reassures her that it does not, then adds that she may well become a case for the medical journals. Specialists will be consulted. The prospect of scientific fame flickers briefly across Lucy's face before the more immediate consequences of her condition reassert themselves. Mooney, now free of the machine and vertical, again attempts to express his gratitude. He will never be able to thank her enough. Lucy waves the thanks away with characteristic modesty. It was nothing, just don't mention it, and then in a burst of helpful energy tries to assist him to his feet. The gesture sends him stumbling backward with the force of an unexpected rocket launch. I just wanted to get up, he protests. I didn't want to go into orbit. The physical comedy that follows is pure Ball. Every ordinary office action becomes a potential disaster. She is too strong for typing, too strong for stapling, too strong even for the gentle work of filing. Mooney, torn between gratitude and self-preservation, finally suggests that she take the rest of the day off. She is, he observes with rising alarm, simply too strong to work. Lucy's initial refusal is sincere, she feels fine and wants to stay. Yet each attempt to resume normal duties only multiplies the evidence that her body is no longer operating on ordinary human terms. A drawer is pulled too hard. A stack of papers becomes a projectile. The very air around her seems to vibrate with unused power. At last, she concedes the point, her exit marked by the same mixture of apology and residual delight that has always accompanied her more spectacular disruptions. What elevates the sequence beyond simple slapstick is the care with which the show explores the emotional and social implications of the sudden strength. Lucy did not seek this power, it arrived as a side effect of loyalty and instinctive courage. She used it first to save Mooney and only afterward discovered that the gift would not depart on schedule. Ball plays the entire arc with remarkable nuance. The initial lift is instinctive and selfless. The second lift is experimental and slightly proud. The subsequent office mishaps are laced with genuine concern for the damage she might cause. Beneath the comedy runs a quiet meditation on the unpredictability of the body and the way extraordinary ability can isolate even as it empowers. Mr. Mooney's reactions provide the perfect counterpoint. His pain is real, his gratitude is real, and his growing fear of his own secretary is also real. Gordon navigates these shifting states with the precision of a master straight man who understands that the comedy depends on his sincerity. When he tells Lucy she is too strong to work, the line is both practical management and a cry of personal alarm. The bank has survived Apple dispenser schemes and undercover federal operations. Whether it can survive a secretary, whose adrenal gland has refused to stand down, remains an open question. The medical explanation itself belongs to a long tradition of sitcom science in which real physiological phenomena are stretched just far enough to support the required miracle. Popular magazines of the 1960s occasionally reported stories of ordinary people performing extraordinary lifts under extreme stress. The show simply extends the premise one comic step further by allowing the emergency mechanism to jam in the on position. The result is both ridiculous and oddly plausible within the heightened reality the series had constructed. By the time Lucy leaves the office, the computer stands safely in its new location. Mooney's foot has been declared intact and the stage has been set for the wider world to discover that the bank secretary now possesses strength enough to become a national curiosity. The crisis has passed. The miracle remains. And Lucille Ball once again has turned a moment of workplace catastrophe into an opportunity for physical comedy of the highest order and character revelation of surprising depth. By the following day, the private miracle of the stuck adrenal gland has become public property. Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael discovers the extent of her new fame when her friend Mary Jane arrives with the news that television has already christened her Superman, only with prettier muscles. The phrase is pure mid-1960s media exuberance and Ball receives it with the complicated mixture of pride, embarrassment and rising alarm that the character always brings to sudden notoriety. Mary Jane's visit quickly turns into an informal demonstration. Lucy lifts a desk with one hand, then with two, the feat performed not as deliberate showmanship but as a kind of baffled experiment. She still does not understand why her body continues to obey laws that no longer apply to ordinary human beings, she only knows that it does. The domestic sequences that follow are among the most purely delightful physical comedy passages in the entire composite narrative. Preparing a simple lunch becomes an exercise in unintended destruction. An orange yields 6 ounces of juice under the pressure of a single hand. Ice is crushed into pebbles without benefit of tool. Doors stick or fly open with excessive force. A persistent fly is dispatched with more energy than the situation requires. Ball plays each small disaster with exquisite precision, never allowing the strength to appear cartoonish, always grounding the impossible in the recognizable frustration of a woman who can no longer trust her own hands. When she remarks that nothing is safe around her, the line carries both comic resignation and a genuine note of loneliness. Extraordinary ability has begun to isolate her from the ordinary textures of daily life. Mr. Mooney's arrival interrupts the domestic chaos with official purpose. The doctor has requested that Lucy report to the laboratory for further tests. The summons is accepted with the same mixture of curiosity and apprehension that has marked her response to every stage of the transformation. Before she can leave, however, the outside world invades in the form of a newspaper reporter, his photographer and the professional wrestler known as Terrible Tony. They want action photographs. Mooney, ever the guardian of institutional dignity, intervenes at once. Mrs. Carmichael works for the bank. Any pictures must be consistent with that dignity. Wrestling holds are forbidden. A simple handshake is proposed as a dignified alternative. The handshake, of course, becomes another demonstration of uncontrolled power. Tony's face registers first surprise, then alarm, then the urgent need to free his fingers before they are permanently rearranged. Ball's apologetic flutter, and Mooney's mounting horror complete the perfect comic triangle. The medical examination that follows is handled with the series' characteristic blend of scientific language and escalating farce. Reflexes are tested. Questions are asked about childhood diseases and previous accidents. Lucy's answers remain stubbornly ordinary. Blood pressure refuses to yield a stable reading. The needle swings like a yo-yo until the machine itself expires under the strain. "She broke my machine," the doctor announces. And Ball's murmured apology is both sincere and faintly proud. The line about hurricanes being named after women is delivered by a thoroughly rattled technician, giving the moment an extra edge of period gender comedy that the show never hesitated to exploit. While the tests continue, the commercial world discovers the new Superwoman. Representatives appear with endorsement contracts. One company offers $25,000 for a vitamin endorsement. Another raises the bid to $50,000 for a breakfast cereal. Lucy is momentarily speechless. Mooney, recovering his entrepreneurial instincts, steps forward as her financial advisor with a speed that suggests long private contemplation of such a role. Before any agreement can be reached, a more idealistic offer arrives. A coach from the United States women's Olympic team has seen the television footage and believes Lucy can become the nation's premier female shot putter. The demonstration that follows is pure ball invention. She accepts the heavy iron ball as warned of its weight and then launches it with such force that it passes through a window and continues through an exterior brick wall. The coach's enthusiasm becomes rapturous. Lucy will be captain of the shot put team, the weightlifting team, the javelin team, in short, the entire team. Further tests of her lower body power produce equally spectacular results. A standing broad jump is measured at 20 feet. Lucy confesses she could have gone farther but did not wish to pass through another wall. Hurdles are cleared, though her first attempt involves simply walking over the tops of them until the proper technique is explained. A swimming demonstration is performed without her hair even becoming wet. Each feat is greeted with mounting excitement by the Olympic representatives and with mounting dismay by Mooney, who sees the bank's secretary disappearing into a future of international athletic glory and commercial contracts. Ball navigates the entire sequence with remarkable tonal control. She is genuinely pleased by the praise, mildly alarmed by the destruction, and increasingly aware that her ordinary life is being rewritten by forces she cannot fully command. The celebrity that descends upon Lucy is treated by the series as both intoxicating and faintly absurd. Television has given her a superhero moniker. Newspapers want action photographs. Manufacturers want her face on their products. The Olympic movement wants her muscles. In the mid-1960s, these were the standard rewards of sudden fame, and The Lucy Show observes them with affectionate satire. Lucy is not corrupted by the attention, she is simply swept along by it, trying to remain polite, trying not to break any more equipment, and trying to remember that only yesterday she was a bank secretary whose primary concern was the placement of an apple dispenser. The strength that began as an act of instinctive rescue has become a public spectacle, and Ball's performance never loses sight of the woman beneath the phenomenon. By the time the laboratory session reaches its peak of athletic demonstration, the narrative has completed its transformation of a private physiological accident into full-scale media event. Lucy stands at the center of a circle of excited coaches, broken medical instruments, and hovering commercial representatives, still not entirely certain how any of it happened. The stuck adrenal gland has made her the strongest woman in the world. And the world has responded with the mixture of scientific curiosity, athletic ambition, and pure commercial hunger that the 1960s brought to every new sensation. What remains is the inevitable question of how long such power can last and what will become of the ordinary life waiting patiently for her return. For the moment, however, Lucille Ball allows Lucy Carmichael to inhabit the role of celebrity superwoman with all the grace, confusion, and explosive physical comedy that only she could bring to the part. The extraordinary interlude of superhuman strength ends as abruptly and mysteriously as it began. In the midst of the Olympic coach's most enthusiastic demonstrations, at the very peak of commercial offers and athletic appointment, Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael reaches for a heavy object, one more test, one more proof of the forming power that has rewritten her ordinary existence, and discovers that she can no longer move it. The failure is quiet, almost private at first. She strains her face, registers confusion rather than panic, and then the full implication arrives. The strength is gone. A crisis brought it. A different sort of crisis, or perhaps the simple absence of crisis, has taken it away. The doctor's earlier prediction has been fulfilled in reverse, and the stuck adrenal gland has finally unstuck itself at the least convenient possible moment. The reactions around her form a perfect comic tableau of collapsing expectation. The Olympic coach, who only moments earlier had been ready to make Lucy captain of every team and even of the men's squad, withdraws the offers with professional finality. She will not be captain of the shot put team, the weightlifting team, or the javelin team. She will not be the entire team. When Lucy, still processing the loss, asks whether she might at least serve as waterboy, the answer is a polite but firm negative. The commercial representatives who had waived contracts for $25,000 and $50,000 similarly evaporate. Lucy's desperate offer to endorse their products for nothing is met with the cool indifference of people whose interest was purely transactional. "Too bad, Mrs. Carmichael," one of them says, and the phrase carries the full weight of fame's brevity. Ball's performance in these moments of deflation is among the most delicately calibrated in the entire composite narrative. There is no raging against the loss, no prolonged theatrical despair. Instead, she offers a small heartfelt "oh darn it" that somehow contains both genuine disappointment and the character's lifelong resilience. The strength had never been something she requested. It had arrived as a side effect of loyalty and had expanded into a brief, dazzling career of celebrity and athletic possibility. Its departure returns her to the life she had always known, yet the return is not entirely without cost. For a few hours, she had been the strongest woman in the world, a medical marvel, a potential Olympic champion and a commercial property worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now she is once again Mrs. Carmichael of the bank, and the ordinary world reasserts its claims with the quiet ruthlessness that ordinary worlds always possess. Mr. Mooney's response to the sudden normalization is layered and revealing. Throughout the period of super strength, he had hovered between gratitude, alarm, and the bureaucratic nightmare of a secretary who could no longer handle paper without destroying it. The restoration of her normal physical capacity removes the immediate threat to office equipment and to his own person, yet it also removes the reflected glamour that had briefly touched the bank. Gordon plays the moment with the restrained complexity that made him such an ideal partner for Ball. There is relief certainly, but also a flicker of something that might be disappointment, not for himself but for the woman who had briefly stepped outside the boundaries of ordinary possibility. Their relationship has always thrived on the tension between his desire for order and her talent for magnificent disorder. The return to equilibrium is welcome and at the same time a little flat. The sequence also completes the show's gentle satire of celebrity culture in the mid-1960s. Fame as the Lucy Show presents it as rapid, intoxicating, and almost entirely dependent on the continued performance of the extraordinary. The moment the adrenal gland resumes its normal function, the television crews, the reporters, the Olympic scouts, and the endorsement agents vanish as if they had been summoned by the same temporary physiological anomaly. Lucy is left standing in the wreckage of broken medical equipment and abandoned contracts, still the same woman who had lifted a computer off her boss's foot out of pure instinctive concern. The strength had been real, the opportunities had been real, yet both proved as temporary as the crisis that created them. What remains is the quiet reintegration into daily life. Lucy's final acceptance of the loss is marked by the same practical resilience that has always defined her. She does not linger in regret. She does not invent elaborate schemes to recapture the power. She simply gathers herself, acknowledges the end of the interlude, and prepares to return to the bank, the typewriter, and the familiar battles with Mr. Mooney over furniture arrangement and employee amenities. The audience fours, having watched her inhabit the role of Superwoman with such comic grace and physical brilliance, is invited to share both the disappointment of the ending and the relief of restored normality. In the world of the series, extraordinary power is entertaining precisely because it is temporary. The real comedy has always resided in the ingenious ways an ordinary woman navigates an ordinary world that continually refuses to remain ordinary for long. By the time the laboratory empties and the last commercial representative departs, the stuck adrenal gland adventure has reached its complete arc. It began in selfless rescue, expanded into public spectacle and boundless possibility, and concluded in the quiet reclamation of a life that had never asked for superhuman strength in the first place. Lucille Ball carries every stage of the journey with the technical mastery and emotional transparency that made her peerless. The final image of Lucy accepting the return of her normal limitations is not one of defeat but of readiness. The world of apple dispensers, federal impersonations, and managerial exasperation is waiting, and she has always known how to live there with more energy, more invention, and more sheer comic life than any superpower could ever supply. The bank's return to ordinary routine after the departure of superhuman strength is short-lived. A new disruption arrives in the distinguished cigar-smoking person of George Burns, who has come to collect his dividend statement and in the process to alter the trajectory of Lucy Carmichael's life once again. The encounter begins with the familiar comedy of bureaucratic inefficiency. Mr. Mooney cannot locate the Burns file. Lucille Ball's Lucy, summoned to explain, launches into one of her most elaborate and endearing word association defenses. Burns reminds her of fire, fire reminds her of stove, stove reminds her of pot roast reminds her of noodles, Noodles remind her of her mother's cooking, and somewhere in that chain the file has been placed under gravy or another equally improbable heading. The explanation is delivered with such sincere conviction and accumulating absurdity that even the famously unflappable George Burns is drawn into the game, completing sentences and supplying links until Mooney's exasperation reaches its peak. Ball plays the sequence with the precise mixture of helpfulness and chaos that has always defined her character's relationship to paperwork and authority. Burns himself is portrayed as a man of restless retirement. He has time on his hands, he admits, and he misses the stage. His great acts with women have ended as his partners moved on. Carol Channing to Hello Dolly, Dorothy Provine to television, Connie Stevens to pictures. What he needs is a girl with a pixie personality, an eccentric way out quality, a real kook. The description is offered casually, yet the camera's attention on Lucy makes the implication unmistakable. Ball's reaction is a perfect blend of flattered surprise and genuine disbelief. When Burns directly invites her to join him in a new act, the moment carries the full weight of show business fairy tale. Lucy protests that she could not leave the bank. Mooney needs her. Good help is hard to find. Mooney, with the dry timing that Gale Gordon perfected, replies that he would be delighted to start looking. The exchange is classic Lucy's loyalty colliding with opportunity. Mooney's long-suffering desire for peace colliding with his reluctant recognition that his secretary might actually possess talents beyond filing and mild disruption. The decision to rehearse at Burns's apartment that evening introduces a new layer of gentle social comedy. Lucy's hesitation is rooted in propriety. She hardly knows the man and people might talk. Burns's assurance that there will be no people present and that in any case no one believes him anymore when he talks is delivered with the self-deprecating grace that was his trademark. Mooney's attempt to reassure Lucy only complicates matters further, producing one of the script's neatest small jokes about trust and reputation. By the time Lucy agrees to appear, the audience understands that the temptation of the stage has already taken root. The rehearsal sequence itself is a love letter to the mechanics of old-school performance. Burns begins with the fundamental lesson of the entrance. He maps the imaginary stage, designates the wings and center, and introduces the importance of the house announcement and the entrance music. Some of these days, Lucy's first attempt is too eager. She walks out too fast, a physical manifestation of years of waiting for just such an opportunity. Ball's recovery, her repeated, carefully coached hello, directed not at Burns, but at the imaginary audience, and her spontaneous little curtsy borrowed from a late-night Ginger Rogers movie, are all rendered with exquisite comic detail. The long digression that follows Lucy's detailed, affectionate retelling of a Fred Astaire Ginger Rogers plot involving a kick-and argument, mutual insults, and eventual romance is pure character revelation. She is not merely learning an act. She is already inhabiting a world of theatrical romance and professional partnership, filtering it through her own enthusiastic and slightly inaccurate memory. Mooney's arrival at the apartment in the dual role of concerned employer and newly self-appointed agent adds the final comic complication of the evening. The telephone call from Burns's actual agent Jack Benny produces a delightful meta moment of recognition and competitive negotiation. The percentage discussion, Mooney's hopeful 20% corrected to the customary 10 places, the bank manager briefly and uncomfortably inside the unfamiliar economy of show business. When the booking is announced for the following night at a club in Santa Monica with Las Vegas bookers expected in the audience, the stakes rise sharply. Lucy is no longer simply rehearsing for the pleasure of performance. She is on the verge of a professional debut that could change her life. Throughout the sequence, Ball and the real George Burns share a palpable chemistry of mutual respect and comic generosity. Burns's dry, understated style provides the ideal counterpoint to Ball's more expansive physical and verbal energy. Their scenes together feel less like a guest star turn than like a brief, affectionate collaboration between two masters of the same tradition. Lucy's excitement is tempered by loyalty. Burns's professional interest is tempered by genuine amusement at the chaos she brings. Mooney, caught between the desire to be rid of his most troublesome employee and the sudden prospect of a percentage of her possible success, completes the triangle with his usual mixture of pomposity and hidden care. By the end of the rehearsal, the call of the stage has become clear and seductive. Lucy has learned how to enter, how to greet an audience, how to curtsy, and how to dream of a life beyond the bank. The following night's performance will test whether that dream can survive contact with a real audience and the competing claim of her ordinary responsibilities. For the moment, however, the bank secretary stands on the threshold of show business guided by one of its most enduring figures. And Lucille Ball allows the audience to feel both the thrill of the possibility and the gentle comedy of a woman whose greatest talent has always been the ability to turn every new stage, however temporary, into a place where laughter and the human connection remain the highest values. The club performance in Santa Monica is a triumph. Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael, guided by George Burns's understated professionalism and her own irrepressible energy, delivers an act that delights the audience and, more importantly, impresses the bookers from Las Vegas. The offer arrives with the speed and scale of classic show business fairy tale $10,000 for the act, with the possibility of $15,000 if Lucy will simply refrain from singing. The sum is enormous by the standards of a bank secretary's ordinary life, and Gail Gordon's Mr. Mooney reacts with the unrestrained enthusiasm of a man who has suddenly glimpsed a percentage of real money. Ball's Lucy, still flushed with the excitement of a successful debut, receives the news with genuine delight that quickly hardens into something more complicated and characteristic. The refusal, when it comes, is quiet, firm, and rooted in the deepest continuity of the series. Lucy cannot go to Las Vegas because she cannot leave Mr. Mooney. The declaration is met first with disbelief and then with escalating protest. Burns, who has seen partners depart for larger opportunities before, attempts to persuade her. Mooney himself, torn between the prospect of financial gain and the long-standing desire for a peaceful office, insists that he wants her to take the chance. His life, he declares, with mounting emphasis, would be happier without her. The line is delivered with Gordon's perfect straight-faced intensity, yet the audience hears the familiar undercurrent of reluctant affection that has always complicated his complaints. Lucy's response transforms the negotiation into one of the most emotionally revealing passages in the composite narrative. She refuses to accept Mooney's stated desire at face value. Drawing directly on the Ginger Rogers Fred Astaire story she had recounted during rehearsal, she insists that Mooney is only pretending to push her away so that he will not stand in her path. Ginger had recognized the same selfless strategy in Fred. Lucy recognizes it now in her long-suffering employer. The parallel is both comic and deeply sincere. Ball plays the moment with complete conviction, her voice rising in the passionate certainty that she is needed, that the bank and Mr. Mooney would founder without her particular brand of chaotic loyalty. When she declares that she could not be funny on a stage while thinking of Mooney trying to manage without her, the line carries the full weight of the character's essential nature. Performance has always been secondary to the web of ordinary human obligations she chooses to honor. George Burns accepts the decision with the dry, resigned grace that defined so much of his public persona. "This is the story of my life," he says, and the remark lands with the gentle finality of a man who has watched talented women move on and has learned to absorb the loss without bitterness. The Las Vegas engagement is abandoned. The $10,000 evaporates. Mooney, realizing too late the magnitude of the sum that is slipping away, makes a last, frantic attempt to reverse the decision, but Lucy's resolve holds. The stage door that had opened so promisingly swings shut, and the bank secretary remains a bank secretary. What gives the sequence its lasting power is the way it refuses to treat Lucy's choice as either pure self-sacrifice or simple fear of change. Her loyalty to Mooney is real, yet it is also a loyalty to the life she knows, to the daily comedy of the bank, to the identity she has built inside ordinary responsibilities. Stardom, for all its glitter, would require her to leave the very relationships and routines that have always fueled her inventiveness. Ball allows the audience to feel both the cost of the refusal and its quiet rightness. The woman who has impersonated a gangster's mole, lifted a computer with superhuman strength, and held her own on stage with George Burns nevertheless chooses the familiar exasperation of Mr. Mooney over the uncertain glamour of Las Vegas. Mooney's final position is left deliberately ambiguous. His insistence that he wants her to go may contain a measure of genuine selflessness. It certainly contains a measure of exhausted self-interest. Gordon never resolves the mixture, and the performance is richer for the ambiguity. Their relationship has always thrived on the tension between his desire for order and her talent for disruption. The Vegas offer simply raises the stakes of that long-running negotiation. When Lucy elects to stay, she reaffirms the central premise of the series that the real comedy of life is found not in escaping the ordinary but in continually reinventing it from within. By the time Burns departs, and the office returns to its usual proportions, the dream of a new career has been thoroughly examined and gently set aside. Lucy has tasted professional success, received the validation of an audience and of one of show business's most enduring figures, and still chosen the bank. The decision is presented without sentimentality and without regret. In the moral economy of The Lucy Show, loyalty to the difficult familiar and deeply human relationships of daily life remains the higher value. Lucille Ball embodies that choice with a clarity and warmth that make the forfeiture of $10,000 in a Las Vegas debut feel not like a loss but like a reaffirmation of everything the character and the series have always held most dear. The final movement of the composite narrative opens with a transformation as complete and as comic as any that has preceded it. Mr. Mooney appears in the full-dress uniform of a lieutenant commander in the United States Naval Reserve prepared to depart for a 2-week training cruise. Gale Gordon wears the uniform with the rigid posture and heightened dignity of a man who has waited years for the chance to inhabit an authority more absolute than any the bank can provide. Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael greets the sight with unrestrained admiration. He looks handsome, distinguished, manly. The change is so striking that even Mooney's own wife, he confides, has remarked upon it. When Lucy asks about the ribbon on his chest, he identifies it as the Victory Medal, and then, with the solemn reluctance of a man who prefers not to speak of such things, allows himself to be drawn into a recollection of wartime service. The story he tells is a masterpiece of escalating fabrication. He served aboard a submarine in the South Pacific. He had the con on the dog watch. He sighted the enemy fleet, ordered a crash dive, closed for battle, fired a torpedo that struck home, surfaced, manned a machine gun, and brought down an enemy aircraft. Ball listens with the wide-eyed absorption of a woman who has always been ready to believe the best and most dramatic version of the people around her. The audience, however, is already prepared for the deflation that classic comedy requires. When the real submarine commander arrives to collect Mooney and casually reveals that the great warrior of the South Pacific had in fact spent a significant portion of the war as a housing officer in Wichita, the bubble of martial glory bursts with exquisite precision. Gordon's attempt to salvage dignity, "There are certain things a man does not like to talk about," only deepens the comic wound. Lucy's response to the revelation is characteristic. Rather than withdraw her admiration, she redoubles it. A man of Mooney's experience should not be wasted on a desk. She urges the commander to find him a place on the submarine itself. Her insistence, born of genuine regard and complete indifference to Mooney's rising panic, succeeds. The housing officer of Wichita is suddenly bound for active training beneath the waves. Before he can fully process the catastrophe, he is reminded of the Wilson Trust papers that require his signature. In the haste of departure, the papers remain unsigned and the stage is set for Lucy's final and most physically daring intervention. Determined that the important documents must be executed, Lucy borrows a uniform, bluffs her way past the base sentries with a mixture of desperation and invented identity, and boards the submarine. The sequence that follows is pure sustained farce of the highest order. Mooney's horror at discovering her aboard is absolute. If she is found, he will be shot for smuggling a woman onto a naval vessel. Worse, he will lose his pension. The search for a hiding place becomes a rapid-fire tour of the boat's most dangerous and least comfortable spaces. A garbage chute is rejected. A torpedo tube is briefly considered and then abandoned. At last, she is stowed in a bunk and ordered to impersonate a shy new sailor while actual crewmen discuss leave girls and the redhead they noticed at the gate that very morning, the same redhead who is now listening in terrified silence. The submarine dives. Orders fly. Mooney, trying simultaneously to perform his duties and to keep Lucy invisible, grows increasingly frantic. When she is forced to move again, the chaos multiplies. In the confusion of the most important torpedo exercise of the year, with the admiral watching from his barge, a torpedo is fired. It strikes the admiral's barge. The expected disaster, however, reverses itself with the miraculous logic of classic comedy. The Admiral interprets the shot as evidence of exceptional alertness. The submarine alone among the fleet had noticed that he was not flying the proper recognition signals and had taken decisive if slightly drastic action. Citations are promised, extra liberty is granted. The crew erupts in cheers. Mooney, who has spent the entire cruise in a state of private terror, is suddenly the beneficiary of official approval he did nothing to earn and everything to avoid. The resolution is pure Lucy show alchemy. Every element that should have produced catastrophe, the forged presence of a civilian woman, the false wartime biography, the unauthorized boarding, the accidental firing of a live torpedo, has instead produced commendation and comic survival. Ball's Lucy, who began the long composite narrative arguing about the placement of an apple dispenser, ends it as the unseen catalyst of a naval triumph she never intended to create. Gordon's Mooney, who began the day in the proud fiction of combat glory, ends it as the reluctant hero of an incident he would have given anything to prevent. Their partnership, tested by federal impersonation's superhuman strength, show business temptation, and finally the full machinery of the United States Navy remains intact. In the closing moments of the sequence, the series reaffirms the principles that have governed the entire adventure. Ordinary life, however vigorously one may try to escape or elevate, it continually reasserts its claim through chaos, loyalty, and the stubborn persistence of human connection. Lucy's determination to deliver a set of unsigned papers has once again rearranged the world around her, this time on a scale that reaches from the bank vault to the open sea. The Admiral's barge has been struck, the recognition signals have been honored in the most literal possible fashion, and the woman who cannot stop improving, protecting, and disrupting the lives of those around her has added a submarine to the long list of institutions that will never be quite the same. Lucille Ball, at the height of her powers of physical comedy timing and emotional clarity, brings the vast, multi-threaded narrative to a close with the same generous spirit that has animated every preceding crisis. The bank will reopen, Mr. Mooney will return, and Lucy Carmichael, having briefly become a gangster's mole, a medical marvel, a stage partner to George Burns, and an invisible sailor beneath the waves, will be ready once more for whatever ordinary miracle the next morning happens to bring.